Yo, what's good? Let's get it popping, man. Let's get it. Smash the like button as you come in the building. Make sure you vote on the poll as you come in the building. And if you want to donate to the channel, you can hit that CashApp right there. Or you can hit that super chat right there, man. But if you can't donate, at least do what's free. Smash that like button. Punch that like button. Kick that like button. Knee that like button. Elbow that like button. We got a fire debate tonight. Devin Haney Shakur Stevenson. Get the smoke, Jon Nori. With Jon Nori making his debate arena debut. He joining the TKO Debate Series for the first time. Let me say shout out to the 9% of people that's telling the truth on the poll right now. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. Let me say shout out to the 9% of people on the poll that's telling the truth right now. Yeah. And for you other 91%, we going to see. Maybe you telling the truth. I ain't going to say you lying. You know what I mean? I'm going to say we're going to put it to the test, though. Before the debate, I got about an hour. We're going to put it to the test, though. Shout out my bro, Omega Red, coming through early with that super chat and the $5, man. Appreciate my brother. Not only is he a channel member, you know what I mean? He drop us super chats every now and then. I appreciate the support, bro. When y'all support the channel monetarily, it give me more time to do that shit, man. The more y'all support, the harder I grind for you. Ask Omega Red about them 6 fight predictions that he got already this week. Ask him about the 5 that's coming tomorrow. We got 5 more coming tomorrow, man. We working every day. So shout out my bro. He say looking at the poll. I see it's a bunch of liars in here shaking my head. And then shout out to my brother Marcus with the $5 super chat. Tuition is all for all free game in advance. Jab the like button one time. I appreciate that, bro. Let me holler at one of my other homies real quick. Before we get this show popping, bro. Hold up. There you go. DJ G5K, leader of the TWT. Drop that intro on their ass one time, man.
TKO Debate Series. We lit tonight. Y'all come through, man. Y'all know how we gonna show up and show out. See y'all all in the building.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Knockout Boxing 86 TV. And tonight we will be presenting another episode of the TKO Debate Series. But before we do, we gonna get it popping for a little bit, and we gonna cook for y'all tonight. And I gotta say, bro, before we get into to getting it in and giving y'all our perspective on this topic, I gotta say congratulations to my bro BFTB last night. He put on a great performance. He did his thing. He got the victory in the eyes of the judges. A lot of people in the chat felt like he won, and he did his thing, bro. So congratulations to him. We now tied up 1-1, and I'm looking forward to that trilogy to say the least, because I fucking hate losing. I can't stand losing, bro. But I also know how to lose, because I done lost before in some real shit, in some life. You know what I mean? So this shit, it was fun. I hope y'all enjoyed it. But I gotta say salute and congratulations to that brother for putting down a demo. And hopefully it's one of those boxing debates that, can stand the test of time. People will go back and rewatch it. I still get a lot of views on our first debate. You know what I mean? So I hope that at the end of the day, it's something that when you want to hear some good talking points or some highlights and shit, it's something that you feel like you can go back to. And as long as that happens, then I feel like everybody got the dub. But in terms of like winning the debate, congratulations and salute to BFTB for doing his thing last night. Now, before we get to it, bro, I gotta say this too. We got a couple of late cash apps last night that I didn't see until after the show. So I want to shout those out. Shout out Paul Carrick Sr. with that $20 in the cash app. He said, for your debates are more entertaining than some fights. And that just make me, bro, that make me want to work that much harder, bro. I appreciate that. And then shout out to my brother Jay Reddy, bro, with the dollar in the super chat, says great work. I appreciate y'all. Sorry I ain't catch him. I saw him after I went live. I gotta find a way to connect that shit to the computer so it'll pop up on the computer and I can catch that shit when it happens. Let's see who we got in the building and let's get to it. We got Doug Right side in the building. What up, bro? Drive safe. He on his way driving. He may or may not do the after show for y'all. So just stay tuned and he'll text me and let me know if he gonna be able to do the after show or not, and then I'll let y'all know. Shout out Omega Red, my bro Ronaldo Mitchell, my brother Skills from New Orleans, Ronnie Bravo, Thrill Hill, Gertz in the building, Edgar Chavez and slid through, Todd Swindle in the building, Macadus South, William Old School for I skip William. You skip me, bro. Knockout, you skip me. Terrence Chavez in the building. What up with it, bro? Ray Patterson, I see you in the building, man. No evidence 340. What's popping with you? Anthony Chulo, what up, man? G Parker, straight down there in H-Town, Houston, stand up. What up with it, homie? Cash Crypto, what's good with you, my bro? Not me. What's popping, not me. Hope you're enjoying them predictions, man. Hope you're enjoying them predictions. I be who I be. I got you this weekend, bro. I got you this weekend. I'm gonna shoot them and post it to the channel this weekend. I ain't forgot about you, bro. We got the Red in the building. We got Sheena in the building. What's up with it, Sheena? We got who else we got? Just do I see you, bro? If you got time to judge debate tonight, let me know. If not, then that's cool. But I'm looking for a couple of judges for tonight in about 45 minutes. So if you got time, cool. If you don't, understand, bro. Jason, what up? Edgar Chavez, what's up with it? Big Ray, what's good with you, bro? Let me see who else we got. Just doing the building, as I said. What up with it, my bro? Just doing the building. Who else we got sliding through? D-Ray, what up with it, D-Ray? I see you, bro. Marcus in the building. Anybody heard from Young Billy? I ain't heard from him, bro. I'm going to email him now that you done said that, because I ain't got no notifications from him in a minute. So I'm going to email him, bro. That's the only way I got. That's the only behind-the-scenes info that I got from him. Brandon House, what up, bro? Prolific says, what did Mario Barrios rehydrate to? No clue, bro. No clue, because he didn't either one or two things, right? Either he didn't have a rematch clause, so it wasn't a deal, or he just didn't cry like people say Ryan the crying. Either way, rehydration clauses, they bad for the sport as a whole, bro. We got Trackman in the building. Luke the Don, what up, bro? Shout out, my brother. You keep doing your thing as usual. Much respect, my guy. Respect to you too, bro. JV, what up? My brother King Judah. I saw you over there. You didn't respond to me, but now that you're here, you know what I'm saying? Now that you're here, I saw you over there trying to say Abdullah Mason is your prospect. He mines, bro. You can't have him. You got to find somebody else, bro. Abdullah Mason is my prospect, man. The only other person I heard him talk about as early as I was talking about him was Tay Jones. He's the only person I seen Tay Jones talking about him on Twitter. You know what I mean? He the only person I seen talking about Abdullah Mason around the same time I was talking about Abdullah Mason. Everybody else, nope. He's mine. You can't have him. You gotta find somebody else. Go get you a Keyshawn Davis or something, bro. Tiger Johnson or something, man. Go get you I don't know, bro. Get you a Duke Reagan. He went to the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Swat Jones, what up? Who else we got? Eric Taylor, what up, bro? C Money Bed Style, what up, man? Who else we got, bro? Who else we got? Gertz, I think I said what's up, but what's up again, bro? He said LMAO Abdullah True. Yeah, he is, bro. You can't have him, though. It's mine. It's mine. Phantom said, I bet. You locked in, bro. Starts at 8:30. I'll drop the link. So I got one. I need one more, man. Need one more, bro. I was late on him, but he the truth. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Jahad Tucker. I like Jahad. I like Jahad dog. D-Ray. I like his dog and his attitude. I like his dog and his attitude more than a lot of prospects, just because he had to go there. You know what I mean? I ain't seen nobody else had to go there, so I can't say that he got the most dog than the guys we talking about, the 20-year-olds, 19, 18-year-old, whatever, because he only 20 years old. Jahad Tucker out of New York, man. Out of New York, 20 years old. You know what I mean? Herky-jerky style, head movement. Really don't fight to his fundamentals. He fight to his instincts and shit. He didn't show more dog because he had to, because he almost got knocked out in the first round, came back and did his thing. So, yeah, I like Jahad, though. I like Jahad Tucker. I ain't mad at him. Congo, man, what up? Teach, I see you, bro. I ain't know if you got here earlier, bro, but I see you, Teach. What's good with you, bro? What's good with you? All right, let's get to it, bro. So, I'm going to end the poll. We got 78 votes. 64 people in the building so far. Hit the like button. Get the likes up. Run them up. Hit the like button. Get the likes up. Run them up. I'm about to end the poll. Let me see. Does your definition of a duck change based on the fighter? 10% of y'all said yes. 90% of y'all said no. Now, I ain't saying y'all lying, but like I said earlier, we're going to put that shit to the test. Okay? We're going to put that shit to the test. Al Booger, what up, man? Welcome to the channel as a member. Appreciate you, bro. I seen that you just joined up, man. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the members-only videos we got up to the channel this week. You will get the prediction videos first, bro. So we still do major predictions on this channel all the time. That's the record right there. It's a real record. We keep track of it. You can go back and check the videos if you think I'm lying. And the people that watch them, they'll tell you that them hoes be accurate as hell. You know what I mean? And you get them first, bro. You get them first. So I appreciate you joining up to the channel. I hope you'll stay, as a member. Matthew the Great says, I picked yes on accident, bro. Damn. Hey. Hey. My brother King Judah says, reverse the numbers to get the truth. Okay, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. But I started a comment. I started one of y'all comments, and I didn't read it on purpose. And it's from one of our channel members, bro. And I disagree. But it's because of this change of energy. It's because of the way that people are when it comes to fighters that they like or fighters that they don't like. That's why it's not clear. And I got to go to this comment by my brother Big Ray, bro. My homie Big Ray, channel member, been rocking with me for a long time. He say, I also don't think there's a clear definition of ducking. But that's the problem, Big Ray. That's the problem, and that's what we got to talk about. Just do, I don't know if you answered me or you dipped out and came back for a minute, bro, but I was seeing if you wanted to judge tonight. If you're busy, this cool, no issue. I know you got a whole squad over there just like me, bro, but if you're going to be in the building, or King Judah if you want to judge, any of the brothers that usually hit the panel, bro, if you want, or that I rock with, if you want to judge, just let me know. Dank Father, what up? A1 Who's on, what up? Y'all just let me know. I just need one judge. I got the Phantom judging, and I just need one more judge. But that's the problem. Let me go back to it. That's the problem, though, Big Ray. That's the problem. And I'm going to tell you why it's a problem. Right? Being a duck or showing no dog in a fight, running around the ring like Chris Cobra did against Hector Luis Garcia. But in this case, we're going to keep it to being a duck. Being a duck in the sport of boxing is one of the worst things you could be, bro. You got cheating ass people, right? And then people that's supposed to be fighters that don't want to fight nobody. Like it's cheater, being a cheater, being somebody that uses steroids or cheats or looks for edges and ways that you can cheat somebody out of a fight in a sport where they can die. That's at the top. But right up under you got to put ducking. Right up under it, you got to put ducking. It starts at 8:30 today. A1. Okay, I got you, King Judah. You locked in, bro. You locked in. We good on judges. We're good on judges. Debate starting in 37 minutes. Now, King Judah don't be on that bullshit now. It's the Haney and Shakur debate now. All right? It's the Haney and Shakur debate now. Don't just blindly vote for Haney, bro. Don't just blindly be Haney. But, hey, bro, he ain't even spit his round yet, bro. I don't care, Haney. But say, bro, you ain't even heard what Jon Nori. It doesn't matter, Haney. But, bro, Jon Nori ain't even did his rebuttal. I don't care, Haney, bro. I got Haney. But, dog, I ain't even went to the judges yet. I don't care. I'm interrupting you on your own shit, Haney. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, dog. Don't be on that bullshit, man. Miss KO, my wife in the building. I ain't see you drop a comment. What's up, baby? But if somebody's speaking to you, I'll be damned if I don't. And Swat John, block your ass. You give my wife another rose, nigga. Hey, Swat Jones, bro. Swat Jones, I'm block your ass. You give my wife another rose, nigga. Say, bro. Say, Swat Jones. Hey, Swat Jones. Swat Jones, you don't get your smooth ass out of here, man. Hey, man, you don't get your smooth ass handing my wife roses and shit, man. Hey, man. Hey, man, don't nobody get her no flower but me around this motherfucker, man. Shit. Shit. What's up, queen? Got a rose for you. The hell? Do that to one of the other ladies in the chat, man. Do that shit with one of the other ladies in the chat, man. Don't do that shit to my wife, man. Now she gonna, cause see, this what's gonna happen, bro. Then we're gonna happen. I'm gonna get out this live. No matter what I did today, no matter how many honeydews I done did, you know what I'm saying? Work hard today on my day job, bring content. No matter what I did, she gonna be like, some nigga on YouTube got me a rose. You ain't give me no flowers. Nigga on YouTube gave me a rose, though, but you ain't got no flowers. Nigga, I'm probably I already hear it, bro. I already hear it, dog. Like I already hear it coming, bro. You just send me to the doghouse and you ain't know the shit, man. That's what I'm telling you, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You just send me to the doghouse and you ain't know that you did the shit, man. Damn, bro. Now I'm gonna have to go to the floors tomorrow, fucking around with you, man. I'm gonna have to go to the floors tomorrow, fucking around with you, man. Quick, what's up with it? I see you. What's good? Schizo Paul, what up, bro? Salute, man. Salute, dog. All right, bro. So anyway, bro, as I was saying to the homie Big Ray and everybody in here, dog. If being a duck and not wanting no smoke is one, like when we throw it on fighters, bro, it be with so much venom, it be with so much vitriol. You know what I mean? It be with all that shit. And when we throw it on them, we belittle them. We act as if they ain't really fighters and shit. And so if it's that big of an indictment on you as a fighter, shouldn't it be something that has a clear definition to it? Let that shit let that shit sink in, bro. Like really think about the shit. Cause we've all done it. We all call people ducks. We all say that this person don't want smoke. This person don't want smoke. That person ducking. That person ducking. And it's considered to be so horrible. If something is so bad to do, shouldn't the definition of it be clear? Mastermind, what up? Shouldn't the definition be clear? It's clear to me. It's clear to me. Right? Like I don't go around. I didn't call Terrence Bud Crawford a duck until he didn't sign the motherfucking contract. But what you'll do is, right? Because a lot of my brothers in here, they rock with Earl Spence Jr., right? They rock with Earl Spence Jr., and I do too. They also rock with Devin Haney, and I do too. But here's the conundrum, y'all. Here's the question. Here's why I ask, does your definition of duck change depending upon who the fighter is, right? Because the Earl Spence fans that are also Devin Haney fans, follow me here, right? They don't call Earl a duck because of what was going on in 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018. They don't call Earl Spence a duck, and neither do I, because they're like, hey, the business of boxing. Shout out to my brother A1 Hoops on, bro. Coming through heavy in that cash. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro, with the $30. He says, for a bottle of wine on me for Mr. and Mrs. KO. I got you. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much in that cash app, homie. So we weren't calling Earl a duck, right? We weren't calling him a duck because in that situation, Earl Spence fans understood that, hey, it's a business, bro. Bud Crawford over here at Top Rank. Earl got these belts over here. These fights are easier to make. You know what I'm saying? Top Rank and PBC ain't really fucking with each other like that. Sides of the street. They understood the business of boxing in that situation. In that situation, right? You understand it then, right? When you got your Earl Spence hat on. When you got your Earl Spence hat on, right? And you got your Earl Spence hoodie on. You understand the business of boxing, so you don't call Earl a duck for what was going on with him and Bud Crawford, right? But then you take your Earl Spence hoodie off, right? You take your Earl Spence hoodie off, and now you just rocking your Devin Haney hat. So you took the Earl Spence hoodie off, and then you put on your Devin Haney hat. All of a sudden, at that point, now you don't understand the business of boxing no more. At that point, what up, Tupac? Mac of the South, what up? At that point, you don't understand that there may be sides of the street, that some fights may be difficult to make. Do you feel what I'm saying, bro? Like, do you understand the contradictions? Johnny Q, what up? Do you understand that you changing your energy completely? Because if all those guys are Devin Haney fan, if all those guys are ducking Devin Haney, then how come you understand the business when it comes to Earl Spence Jr.? How come Earl ain't ducking Bud, right? How come Earl ain't ducking Bud? Because it's other fights to make, and Earl is doing his own thing on PBC, and Bud had the opportunity to go to the PBC, but he didn't. He chose to stay at Top Rank in 2018 instead of going to the PBC. And since he chose to stay at Top Rank, that showed that he didn't really want the fight. That showed that he didn't really want the fight. That's what Earl Spence fans say. That's what I say as a fan of boxing, but my energy doesn't change. That's the difference, right? Because you understand business at that point. But then when you put your Devin Haney hat on, you don't care that Devin Haney may have signed somewhere where it makes another fight more difficult to make. You don't care if he was over on Showtime, but then left Showtime to go to the Zone, making a Tank fight a little bit more tricky to make. You don't care that he was at the Zone and left the Zone to go to Top Rank. Again, not going to a platform where Tank Davis was at, making the fight more difficult to make. At that point, you take your Earl Spence hoodie off and you put on your Devin Haney hoodie. You put that shit on. You put that shit on, right? But you tell me that your definition of a duck don't change. But if everyone kept the same energy, then if the people that are ducking Devin Haney are ducks, then that means you got to call Earl Spence a duck too. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You want to pick and choose when the business of boxing matters. You want to pick and choose when the politics matter. G5, what up, bro? My bro in this bit. What up? Dallas, Texas in this hole, man. G5 Gay. Subscribe. Leader of TWT in the building. His queen was in here too early. Quee, she probably still here. Shout out to the whole TWT team, man. So that's where the shit gets tricky for me. But that's not it, though. That's not it, though. Cause them ain't the only fan bases, bro. This ain't about that. This about ducking. Let's talk about Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. Cause see, I say Earl ain't ducking Bud Crawford. And I said Bud wasn't ducking Earl because of the business of boxing. But then when they actually tried to do business and I saw the contract get passed and I see what they said to each other and I see that Bud claimed that he agreed to everything and didn't sign nothing and Bud was the one that blinked first and fought somebody else. Okay, now I got more evidence. Now your ass a duck, homie. With Devin and Tank, I ain't seen that yet. They ain't been in a position to make a fight. Ain't nobody sending no contracts. Ain't no negotiation started. So I'm saying ain't neither one of them ducked each other yet. They just both talking shit. Like I've been saying, bro. My energy don't change. You can't find the inconsistencies in my logic. Over time on this platform, I tell y'all this all the time, bro. These takes, this shit that I say on here, bro, it be 100. And you may not catch it when I say it. Omega Red will, right? He will, bro. He ain't missed shit yet. But some of y'all might not catch it when I say it. But if you go catch playbacks, if you go and listen to my old shit, you will see that the takes age like fine wine, and I be proven right over time. If you don't think I'm right then, you'll understand that I was right in the future, bro. In a lot of these situations. Straight up. Go watch some of my old shit. But let's get to it. So Shakur Stevenson, same thing, right? Same thing, right? Shakur Stevenson, diehard fans. Y'all know I fuck with all these fighters, bro. Shakur Stevenson, diehard fans. Devin Haney ducking Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney ducking Shakur. And I say, how Devin Haney ducking Shakur? He ain't never had a fight at lightweight. How is Devin Haney ducking Shakur Stevenson when both him and Shakur both said they gonna fight down the line? And they both said in each other's face. Shakur and Devin said in each other's face, and they both told each other, I know you're not ducking me. You know I'm not ducking you. We're gonna meet up, we're gonna fight, and it's gonna be for everything. They both said that. And yeah, smash the like button, bro. I got 8. Hold up. Y'all know y'all want me to continue to cook, right? Y'all want me to continue to drop these bombs. Can we please get to 100 likes? I'm only 16 short. I got 127 people in the building right now. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Can we please just, I know y'all rocking with the boy. I know y'all rocking with the content. Y'all tell me y'all do every day. Can we get to 100 likes? Because 3 digits look better than 2, man. I'm up to 88. Can I get 12 more people to hit the like button right quick for your boy, man? I'm up to 91. Can I get 9 more people in the building to hit the like button so we can continue this cook? Because I want to keep drawing these parallels for you and get you to think outside the box, get you to think different, get you to keep that same energy. If you're going to have a bunch of different definitions of duck, just make sure that your definition is consistent and you apply it to everybody, bro. If that's the shit that you bout, hit the like button. If you bout consistency, if you bout people keeping that same level of analysis, that same level of objectivity, while still being able to have their favorite fighters, but still being able to hold their favorite fighters accountable, if that's the type of shit you like, hit the like button. Let me look to my left right now and see that I got over 100 likes if you fucking with the content, man. That's what I'm talking about, my people, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. My people in there bit, man. Salute to y'all, bro. Salute to y'all, bro. But Shakur Devin, we was on Shakur. So I got Shakur Stevenson diehard fans telling me Devin Haney ducking him. I got Devin Haney diehard fans telling me that Shakur ducking him. And I'm just thinking, like, we got the audio. We got Shakur and Devin saying that they ain't ducking no smoke. We got Bill Haney saying that they want Shakur at 147, bro. And yet we will still say that Shakur is ducking Devin or Devin is ducking Shakur. They ain't ducking each other. Hell, Shakur just got to the division. But here's the tricky part. Here's the conundrum, bro. Here is the contradiction. Here is why I had to start the show like this. The same people that are telling me that Shakur Stevenson is being ducked by Devin Haney will go And there are also Stephen Fulton fans, Cool Boy Steph fans. They're the same ones that will say, nah, Stephen Fulton wasn't ducking Monster anyway. Why he wasn't ducking Monster? Well, shit, Monster ain't never fought in the division. Monster ain't never fought at 122. How can he duck a guy that ain't never been there before? Y'all see the contradictions, bro? You see how you see why I just be looking at people, bro, shaking my head and just like, bro, where the fuck you get this shit from, bro? What are you talking about? Because I know what everybody say. So in one breath, you all on Monster anyway. Hell, man, oh man, Stephen Fulton gonna dog him. Stephen Fulton ain't duck nobody. He ain't ducking no phase. Monster anyway just got to the division. He ain't never had a fight there. How can Monster anyway be ducking? I mean, how can Stephen Fulton be ducking Monster anyway? That's what you own. That's what you own. Because you fuck with Shakur more than you fuck with Monster. Because you a Shakur fan, but you're not a Monster anyway fan. Where if you was consistent, if you were somebody that had that same definition regardless of fighter, you would say, hey, not only is Shakur being ducked by Devin Haney, Cool Boy Steph is also ducking Monster anyway. Because Monster anyway came up and he said he wanted smoke. But nobody was saying that. Remember, before he made the fight with Monster anyway, Cool Boy Steph was supposed to fight Brandon Figueroa. And for a few weeks there, nobody knew that he was negotiating with Monster anyway. People were calling him ducks because Monster anyway was ordered to fight him. And what were Cool Boy Steph, Stephen Fulton fans saying? Well, shit, they already knew that the WBC had said that he was moving up to 126 to fight Brandon Figueroa at the WBC convention. Everybody already knew he was fighting Brandon Figueroa. How can he duck Monster anyway? Monster anyway just got there. They'll make that point. They'll make the point valid. They'll make the point good, and then go right on the very next day and talk about how Devin Haney ducking Shakur Stevenson. The very next day. Shit, sometimes the same day, depending upon the panel. You go to one panel, and they talking Cool Boy Steph and Monster. Anyway, you taking up for Cool Boy Steph. Hey, man, nah, hell nah. How he ducking Monster, bro? He ain't ducking no motherfucking Monster. Shit, Monster just got to the division, and he been said back in November they ordered the fight between Cool Boy Steph and Brandon Figueroa. Everybody knew he was fighting Brandon Figueroa. How he ducking Monster anyway? And Monster anyway just came up from 118, bro. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Yeah, bro, I'm with you. That's rocking out. Hey, bro, let's talk about Shakur and Devin. Oh, shit, bro. You know Devin ducking Shakur, bro. You know Devin don't want no smoke with Shakur, bro. But you just said that Stephen Fulton wasn't ducking Monster anyway, but it's the same motherfucking situation. And the shit just make me scratch my head, bro. The shit just make me scratch my head and just make me look at some of you dudes like, damn, bro. Yo fandom, yo, like, that gotta be a sad existence, bro. And like how your takes change, how your opinions change based on another man. Y'all know that's what that shit is, right? Let's really keep it all the way 100. Like when your views change like that, you changing your views based off another man. And most of y'all is men. Supposed to be grown-ass men, but you change your views, you change your opinions, you change your analysis, you change your objectivity. You will change the mere definition in the way that you see a word based on who that word describes. So if we talking about this fighter, then this is what ducking means. If we talking about that fighter, then this is what ducking means. If we talking about this guy over here, then this is what ducking means. What the? And y'all wonder why boxing is like the 7th or 8th most popular sport in America, bro? How that makes sense? And I'm not even saying you right. I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just saying, bro, can you be consistent so we can know where you stand? Like, if Devin Haney is a duck for Shakur, then you should have been calling Monster anyway a duck too. I mean, you should have been calling Cool Boy a duck too. If everybody in the world ducking Devin Haney, bro, If size of the streets don't matter, if all you got to do is say you want to fight somebody, because that's all for some Devin Haney fanatics, bro. All Devin got to do, all Bill got to do is say we want to fight him. And y'all, oh shit, he ducking. Oh shit, he ducking. Well, if that is the case, if that is the scenario, if business don't matter to you, then it should never matter to you. All somebody needs to ever do is just say they want to fight somebody, and then that's a duck. Then that's a duck. Like that's all that need to be said, bro. If that's your definition, all I'm saying is rock with it and rock with it to the fullest, bro. Rock like if you're gonna rock with it, then rock with it and rock with it to the fullest. Quit changing your mind based on another person. Unless it's your wife, bro. Unless it's your significant other, your husband, one of your kids, a family member. Unless it's some shit like that, bro. Stand on something, bro. Like, god damn, it's okay to be wrong, bro. It's okay to say something. I'd rather be wrong and consistent than trying to be right all the time and being inconsistent. God damn, say that shit again, bro. Say that shit again, bro, because a lot of y'all be... Listen, bro. Listen. I would rather be wrong with this boxing talk shit. I'd rather get shit wrong sometimes, but be consistent with what I tell y'all in my analysis and my viewpoints. I'd rather be wrong sometimes, but be consistent than be right. And the only reason I'm right is because I'm changing my mind like the motherfucking weather, bro. I don't know what some people be on, man. So I want to get to some other shit, but I wanted to stop down right here, bro, and like really impress upon y'all. And get you to think. Ducking is one of the worst labels you can put on a fighter, right? Ducking is one of the worst labels you can put on a fighter. So if we gonna throw that shit around, can you at least be consistent with what your definition of the word is and not make it based on who you like? Can you do that shit? Can we start like it's too much for all of us to agree to the same definition. I ain't asking you to run. I'm asking you to crawl for your walk, goddammit. I'm asking everybody to crawl for your walk. And what I'm saying is, can we at least, bro? Can we at least, if we can't all come up with the same definition right now, maybe we will in the motherfucking future, right? Maybe we will. But at the very least, can we all just agree to apply whatever definition we have of the word duck? Whoever is a duck, he a duck, they a duck. We all ducks in this motherfucker. Can we at least just agree that we are going to use that energy and be consistent with it and not base it on who we rock with? So like we can't be like, shit, I'm an Earl Spence fan. He ain't no motherfucking duck. The business of boxing matter. I ain't shit. Shit, I'm a Devin Haney fan. All them niggas duck because they could have just fought Devin. The business of boxing, that shit don't matter. Hey, man, I'm a motherfucking Canelo fan. This shit a business, bro. Canelo ain't ducking nobody. You got to prove that he gonna fight you and shit. You know what I mean? You got to prove that. You got to prove that Canelo Alvarez is you worth his time and shit, bro. I'm a Canelo fan and shit, bro. You know what I mean? He ain't ducking no motherfucking Jamal Charlo, no Demetrius Andrade and shit. He ain't doing none of that shit because the business of boxing and shit, that shit matter. They don't bring nothing to the table and shit. They don't bring not a motherfucking thing to the table. Man, I'm a motherfucking David Morrell fan. He need his shot right now, bro. He ready right now. I don't care if he ain't fought nobody. I don't care if he ain't fought nobody. I don't care if he ain't proven. He need his shot right now. Fuck out of here with that shit, bro. Silver, what up? That's all I'm saying to y'all about this shit, man. If it's a label that's so bad, bro, that makes you lose respect for fighters and shit, can we at least just apply our definition the same way to everybody, bro? Quick, say it's these motherfuckers that never wrong is the problem. That's what I'm saying, man. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. I get some shit wrong, man. I got it wrong, bro. I got it wrong. On to the next. On to the next. You won't see me change on shit like that. People tell me I'm wrong every day on this motherfucker, man. I don't care. What you think? You think I do this shit for validation? You really think I get up here for validation? This shit a hobby, bro. I'm just a hard worker. This shit is fun. I just love the sport. I don't get this shit, man. I don't get that shit because it's so easy to me. That shit, the shit that some people do, that shit hard to me to have to change. Okay, this is duck because I rock with him now. That's a duck because I rock with him. Okay, belts matter because I rock with him and he got the belts. Belts don't matter because I don't rock with him. And that shit just hard. That shit too hard to me. So I'm just gonna keep it the same for everybody. So I make it easy, bro. Like, hey, it's a duck if you got a chance to make the motherfucking fight and y'all negotiate. You walk away from that motherfucking fight first. You ducked. Your ass ducked. Hey man, belts don't matter to me, not ever. Who did you fight to get them motherfuckers? Oh, you fought him? He was garbage. Them belts ain't shit. Oh, you fought him? Shit, that's great. I'm glad you got the belts and shit, but I'm just glad you fought that motherfucker. I just care about who you fight. I'm gonna be the same, bro. I'm gonna be the same regardless. But let's get to some other shit. We got about 10 minutes for the debate start, real quick. Don't look now. Do not look now. But Jesse Bam Rodriguez is trying to make another play for Fighter of the Year. He trying to make another play for Fighter of the Year. Another one, bro. Now, we gave the Fighter of the Year last year to Dimitri Bivol. All right, in 2022, we did our knockout awards. For those y'all that don't know, we do the knockout awards at the end of every year. And we got a pound for pound list that's coming to y'all real soon. We do that at least like twice a year, right? Jesse Bam Rodriguez is already making a play early in 2023 for Fighter of the Year. And this is what I'm telling y'all. He's fighting for the vacant WBO flyweight championship of the world this Saturday night to become a 2-division champion. See, I got a text. Hold on. Okay, we good. Never mind. We good. He's making a play. Jesse Bam Rodriguez. And after that, they are reporting, and this is a big time news that anybody talking about, but y'all know we boxing nerds around this motherfucker. Eddie Hearn, Jesse Bam Rodriguez's promoter, says the whole reason Jesse gave up the belt at 115 was to win all the belts at 112. Best of luck Saturday. I'll be rooting for you, Sonny Edwards tweeted. It is a terrific matchup to do over here. That's the type of fight we could bring into a bigger venue. Eddie Hearn said we got a ready-made unification fight with Sonny Edwards for Bam if he wins this weekend. That's why we signed him. He's a brilliant fighter. He could possibly run through the entire division, to be quite honest, but Bam is an exceptional talent as well. They've already made the fight. If Jesse Bam Rodriguez is successful this weekend, he will be fighting Sonny Edwards in like the fall or late summer. Sonny Edwards is I think he the IBF champion. Don't let me lie to y'all though. Don't let me lie to y'all. Give me a sec. We got to give you accurate information. We got it right here. Hold on. Sonny Edwards is the... Look it up. Look it up. Find it. There he is. Sonny Edwards is the IBF champ. Big Ray, what up? Sonny Edwards is the IBF champ. So Jesse Bam Rodriguez will potentially capture his second division title this weekend, assuming he wins. I got him winning. You know what I mean? And then he'll be fighting a unification fight against Sonny Edwards and possibly have another fight at the end of the year. He already making a play for Fighter of the Year, and the man is 23 years old. I know we love the young guns, Devin Haney. We love to talk about Shakur. We love to talk about Tank. We talk about Ryan. We talk about Jared Big Baby Anderson, Keyshawn Davis, Abdullah Mason. We talk about all these young guys. Well, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, 23 years old and probably about to be a 2-division champion. He done already beat Carlos Cuadras. He done beat Rungvisai. He defended against Gutierrez, and now he might be fighting Sonny Edwards. The man might have the best resume out of all of them before the end of the year, and he only gonna be 23 years old. That's what I'm telling y'all, bro. That's what I'm telling y'all. Big Ray, that's who Rocha fighting. He fighting Anthony Young, I believe. So yeah, that's a little bit of news. The other news is, man, it's some people fighting this weekend that I ain't know were fighting, bro. I might try to. I don't think I'm gonna have time though, bro. They be releasing these undercards late than the motherfucker, man. Greener said that's why I said Boots is overrated. I don't think he overrated. I just think he ain't got the opportunity. But I see what you're saying. He definitely, what I say, Green all the time. He less proven. Like Virgil Ortiz Jr., bro, done did his resume way better than Boots to me. I don't think Boots is overrated. He just ain't got his shot yet. You know what I mean? Like he ain't had his opportunity to fight a top dog. If that makes sense. Coach Amber, what up? But yeah, so, bro, Frank Sanchez, the heavyweight, is fighting on Saturday. He making his return. Frank Sanchez, the dude that beat F.A. Ajagba out of Cuba, heavyweight, Cuban heavyweight. He fighting on the Showtime undercard. And, bro, they bringing back Devin Alexander, bro. Devin Alexander about to fight the dude that they robbed Michael Fox. He about to fight that Gabriel Mastery dude, bro. He about to fight that Gabriel Mastery dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't know Devin. Number one, I didn't know Devin Alexander was gonna come back to the ring after his last performance, bro. Keep it real with y'all. Number two, PBC so mad with Frank Sanchez's performance. I hear you, Rick, but he also is a dose of NyQuil, bro. He also a dose of NyQuil, Rick. That boy done put on 2 snooze fest in a row, dog. They done put on 2 snooze fest in a row. They said, Frank, your ass is going to the YouTube card, dog. They putting Frank Sanchez on YouTube, bro. It ain't even on the undercard, Coach Amber. That shit is on the YouTube channel. It's on the preliminary card, man. Now the Jesse Bam Rodriguez fight, that's a main event. That's a main event on DAZN. That fight on DAZN. He signed to Eddie and them. Yeah, Rick, they moved him. They put Frank Sanchez's ass on the preliminary card. Said you ain't on the Showtime triple header. You watching him on YouTube, you know, with the morning combat dudes. The morning combat dudes, when they be calling the fight on YouTube, when they put them on the side of the screen, they show the fight on the big screen on this side, and they got them talking about the fight right there as they warming you up for the main card. Frank Sanchez on that hoe. Frank Sanchez is on that card, bro. They said, nah, you too boring. You be running around the ring and shit. You gonna be engaged and you don't be doing shit. So that's a little bit of news for y'all, man. We got 5 more minutes. I gotta talk about this too. I gotta talk about the last thing, man. And this just is what it is, bro. Appreciate that, Specs. Specs said just adding some color to the chat. Where it go? I love color, Specs. I love color. And that color right there match my motherfucking hat, bro. Where that? There you go. Right there. Shout out my brother Specs with the $2 super chat. Says just adding some color to the chat. Appreciate that, bro. But I want to speak on this because I got a video that dropped on it. Still go watch the video, but I like to say it here too because there's some people that love the videos that don't really have time to catch a live stream because they be working and shit. There's some people that catch the live streams that can't catch the video, so I got to make sure I get all y'all, right? I got to say, bro, I'm tired of the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. I got to say that. And I dropped a video on it earlier today. It just uploaded. But it's 2 main reasons that I'm tired of, right? It's all the lying around the fight. All the lying and shit. What up? I'm here for boxing. The lying around the fight and the disrespect of the fans because of the line, and also just the fact that the fighters don't seem to give a fuck that them not fighting and giving us the product that we want is pissing us the fuck off. That's why I'm tired of that goddamn fight. Do y'all know, bro? I went back and looked it up, dog. Just humor me. How many months is it in a year? Just type it in the chat. We all know the answer. It's rhetorical, but I'm trying to make a point. How many months are in a year? How many? Just humor me. Just type it in the chat. All right, 12. All right, cool. 12 months in a year. If you go back and you look at it, right, you will find that they announced Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, that they told us that fight was happening 8 months out the year, bro. You can find reports that it was happening in August 2022, September 2022, October 2022, November 2022, December 2022, January 2023, February 2023, and now June of 2023. 8 months out the year, 8 months, bro. 8 months out the year, they done told you. They done told you that this fight is happening. So I'm tired because of all that cap. And then it's always some shit. Like, you ever read some shit, right? And you like, this motherfucker think I'm stupid. So Specs, 8 months in the year, they done told you the fight was happening. And it's only 12 months in the whole goddamn year. What up, KD? It's only 12 months in the motherfucking year. And 8 of them hoes, they've been like, Spence Crawford about to happen. And then it's just the way that they write shit that make me feel like, bro, you think I'm stupid. And that shit make me mad than a motherfucker, bro. That shit be having me hot, dog. Like, bro, for real. Sources say allegedly, possibly, quite possibly, that the fight could happen allegedly this year, allegedly. We spoke to multiple sources. They said quite possibly there's a possibility that it's not impossible that they could fight. The fuck, bro? And it ain't just one of them, man. It's all the motherfuckers. Boxing Scene, Boxing 24 News, World Boxing News, ESPN, CNN, Bad Left Hook, Right Left Hook, YouTube channels that are pro Spence, YouTube channels that are pro Crawford, fake unbiased YouTube channels, just everybody just capping. Fight this day, fight that day, fight this day, fight that day. Bruh, that's one reason I'm tired of that shit. That's one reason. The other reason I'm tired of that goddamn shit, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all, is that it just seemed like, and I'm putting, hey, y'all, I'm gonna keep 100. I'm putting it on Bud and Earl, bro. They just don't give a fuck that we mad, bro. Like, if you Earl, right? We all want to see you fight Bud Crawford. Like, hey, man, announce your fight, bro. What's up? No, not announcing my fight. It'll all make sense when I announce what I'm doing in a few weeks. Like, bro, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame you. Everybody know I think Bud ducked him and shit. But, dog, you could just be like, hey, the inactivity, you know, I want to be more active. But hopefully you won't be disappointed. Like, it's just that to come off like that. Like, I ain't with that shit, bro. And then Bud Crawford too, like, dog, like, April Fools. April Fools and shit, bro. Like, so you trolling, you trolling people. You trolling people, bro. Like, the fact that they, like, you say that you want all this respect and you deserve all this respect. Pound for pound king. Undisputed. Say that I'm the best. You deserve all this respect, but you refuse to respect the people that deserve it from you the most. Damn, I'm cooking tonight. You say that you deserve all this respect, but you don't respect the people that deserve that shit the most, man. The fans, dog. You know, the ones that made you millionaire. Like, bro, like, if we didn't watch their fights, if we didn't buy their fights, if we didn't go to their fights, bro, they would not make the money that they make. They would not make the money that they make, but they choose to disrespect the fuck out of us by stringing them on for, bro, 8 months. Y'all done told us 8 months this motherfucking fight was happening, bro. 8. It's only 4 left in this motherfucker, man. It's only 4 of them hoes left in here, bro. I see you, Smoke. Jon Nori, if you in the building, it's time to come up. Phantom, come up. King Judah, come up. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm tired of that shit. That's why I dropped that video. That's why I'm telling y'all right now. Let me know when these motherfuckers announce that shit, bro. I'm done with that shit, man. Like, that shit made me, like, when I really started digging in on this shit, because I just been making shorts and shit. Go check our shorts out. We started doing shorts on the channel and shit. I just been making shorts on the shit like, oh, Bud Crawford, Earl Spence, I believe it when I see it. I got you, Phantom. Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, I believe when I see it. Like, that's the type of shorts and shit I've been making. But when I seen them just being nonchalant towards motherfucker Jika, we won't watch them. We want y'all to fight because we want you to be great. So you disrespect us because we keep you popping. We keep, like, motherfuckers ain't talking about you on ESPN, dog. I ain't heard Bud Crawford disrespect a single solitary soul from motherfucking ESPN. But they don't never, that nigga ain't never a topic on motherfucking First Take. He ain't never a topic on Skip and Shannon Undisputed. He ain't never a topic on First Things First. That nigga don't get no airplay. The only place he get airplay, he on YouTube every motherfucking day, but them the ones you trolling, right? He get play on social media every motherfucking day, but them the ones that you April Fools, shit, don't believe that shit. Oh, so it's funny that you ain't fought him. That shit funny. Y'all don't believe in trolling and shit. Like, man, all right, dog. Listen. I'm gonna leave it at this because we gotta start the debate, bro. I'm tired of that goddamn fight. Let me drop the link for my judges, bro. Tired of that motherfucking fight, bro. This is for King Judah and Phantom only, bro. My two judges up here, man. There we go. Let me get my brothers up here. Boom, boom. Let me get rid of this shit. All right, let me go to Smoke. Smoke, what up, brother? What up, big dog?
What happens? What's happening with it? What's happening with the
Hey,
panel? My fellow interlocutor in the chat. Hope everything's going well so far this week. It's almost Friday.
It is. Jay Nori, what's up with it, bro? Talk to me. How you doing, man?
What up, KO? Ah, man, I'm excited. First time, so it's all this gonna be new to me, but I'm ready.
Already. And let me go to Phantom. Phantom, what's popping with you, homie?
Good evening. I'm glad to be here judging and, going to be impartial and fair and, let's have a good fight. Good, clean fight.
Yes, sir. Let me go to King Judah. King Judah, what up, man?
What's going on, bro? Y'all doing?
Chilling, man. All right, so let me get to this first, bro. I'm gonna go to each of the judges and y'all just tell me what they got to do to get your vote. I'm gonna go to King Judah first. We're going in reverse order this time. King Judah, man, what Smoking Jay Nori got to do to get your vote tonight, man?
Contrary to popular belief, I'm not just gonna ride with Devin no matter what. I'm just put that out there right there. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm not gonna go with what I agree with, because 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna agree with what favors Devin. So I'm just gonna solely focus on the way you present your argument. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go off who presented what they said. It was clear to me, and if I didn't know what was going on at all, if I was completely in the dark, who would convey their message to me the best?
Okay, all right, bet that. Phantom, man, what can they do to get your vote, man?
Well, I'm looking for, I think with this one, it's kind of hard to, have facts. I think it's more of an opinionated type of thing, but I'm looking for emphasis and, just overall sticking with the topic and going in the right direction as far as with your answers in regards to the question.
All right, and I got you, man. But we got the question structured in a way to where I guarantee you it's gonna be a lot of facts getting thrown around. If these guys are the debate, well, I know I'm gonna say if Jay Nori is the debater that I think he is, because I already know what Smoke brings to the table. But I think Jay Nori about to put on tonight. Jay Nori, man, first time on the debate stage. You know what I mean? First time coming through. What type of performance can the people expect from you tonight, man?
Oh man, I'm gonna bring some controversy. That's my main thing, my main weapon. So we're gonna make it fun. I'm not gonna try to be too serious and try to like bore the audience with complicated points. We're gonna make it a lot of heart today. We're gonna duck the narratives for a little bit. We're just gonna get down to the nitty gritty. That's what we can expect.
Already. Smoke, what we doing, man? What can we expect from old Smoke Lord, man?
Oh man, you know me, I'm all about justice for these fighters and fairness and making sure all the facts are laid plain so you make your own decision. and both these fighters are great. So I'm loving the fact that we get to talk about two young and up and coming guys who I think have a very bright future.
All right, bet. So check it, y'all. They'll have 10 minutes to have their opening statements. They've had the questions ahead of time. I got the questions right here in front of me. They're going to have 10 minutes each, and then they have 5 minutes for a rebuttal. Obviously, they don't have to use the whole 10 minutes, but it is there for them if they need it. I'm about to flip the coin, and we're going to get this show on the road. Who wants to call the coin toss, man?
All right, Jake, call it. Jake, call it.
What you
Heads.
got?
I got heads.
Heads, I bet. Give me 1 second. Which one is mine? That shit crazy. I don't even know which one is the right screen. I think it's this one. That's crazy. Can y'all see my screen, bro? What's on there, mom?
There you
go. You good.
All right, bet. Let me make that big real quick for the people. All right, boom. Slide down. All right, you said you got heads?
Yes, sir.
All right, flipping that joint right now. All right, landing on tail. Smoke, who going first, man?
He can go first. Go ahead.
All right, bet. First question. Jon Nori, it's on you. You got 10 minutes. I got my time right here. I will let you know when it's a 1 minute warning so you can know you got a minute if it gets that far. First question. Who deserves to be ranked higher on the pound for pound list based on accomplishments and skill? You're arguing on behalf of Shakur Stevenson. Timer starts when you start talking. Go ahead and cook, man.
Oh, man, let's get it. Man, Shakur Stevenson obviously deserves to be higher in the pound for pound list. First of all, he's been on the pound for pound list longer than Dev already. So you can start with that. And no disrespect to Dev. Let me just say that up front, because I know I'm gonna say a lot of things that the dev community might get a little bit frustrated with. They might get a little ruffled. But I got a lot of love for Dev. He's a good young fighter, in the words of Floyd Mayweather. He a good young lion. So I got a lot of love for Dev. But let's just get off the Twitter for a second. Let's get down to the facts, duck the narrative, the sparring footage. Let's get to the real tell of the tape. Shakur Stevenson, at the age of 18 years old, 2016 Olympics, silver medal. No other male boxer ranked higher than him that year. That's the top of the top. In 2016, Dev was in Tijuana, taking care of the taxi drivers and the plumbers and all that good stuff. He's a young fighter. He went straight pro, but Stevenson was dealing with the better competition when he was a pro. He was in the Olympics holding it down for our country, dealing with the better competition. So I got to give him that. So he's had more amateur success. We start there. Then you could start with the pro debut. Stevenson pro debut was in 2017. He has boxed 127 rounds. Since then, he is 19-0 with a 47% KO. 9 KOs. Shakur has beaten 3 undefeated fighters, and he has fought 0 fighters with losing records. He has fought 0 fighters with losing records. Devin, on the other hand, he's a young fighter. Like I told you, he debuted earlier than Shakur. 2015, he has boxed 186 rounds, 29-0 with a 52% KO percentage. Higher than Shakur. He has 15 KOs, but out of those 15 KOs, 4 of them was losing records. 4 of the 15 KOs was losing records. And two of the other losing records, he didn't KO those guys. He just UD'd them. So we have that to think about. So I know a lot of time when people talk about the KO percentage between these two guys, usually these guys are skilled fighters, so it's not brought up a lot. But I think it's pretty much common known that Shakur has more pop. So that's part of the skill thing right there. So we have amateurs. Shakur has had more success. In the pros, he's been the fighter who's had the stronger KOs because he's been fighting the stronger opponents. So I validate him as a bigger puncher, me personally. He's been at the smaller weight divisions, but when he's gotten the KOs, it's been against good competition and better competition. So let's move on. Now, when it comes to pound for pound list, when you're dealing with a lot of these fighters on the pound for pound list, it's really just picking and choosing. And you kind of have to go through the weeds. A lot of these guys are all talented. You really can't go wrong with anybody who makes the pound for pound list. They're all world class fighters. So let's just say that right up front. But it's not just about X's and O's. It's not just about looking clean. It's not just about, being efficient. So let's go back in time for a little bit. Let's talk about moments in boxing. let's take back to real moments of boxing. It was 2020. The world was in confusion due to COVID. I don't mean to bring up, the C word, but, all that was going on. We was all going through it. We had no sports. Last time I checked, we was going into the summer. Top Rank was opening the summer, bringing back boxing. And it was Shakur who came with the TKO highlight, body shot on Felix Caraballo in the 6th round. That brought back the hype expeditiously. Those kind of moments are what get you on that list. When everybody can throw a jab, when everybody can do the 1-2s and the 1-3s, and they got the distance and they got all the accomplishments and achievements, and everybody got a belt. You get a belt, he get a belt, we get a belt. It's Oprah Winfrey with the belts these days. It's the boxers who really make those moments, who fight the best, that we remember. And that's a moment in boxing right there. I remember seeing that KO and being hyped all summer to see boxing again. That kind of stuff puts you in the books right there. That kind of stuff is memorable. We can't look over that. And I feel like that's the biggest thing with Shakur for me, man. Shakur has earned his spot in the pound for pound list. No caveats needed. No, the youngest to do anything. None of that. Just straight bust ass on sight. He's not picking and choosing. He's very consistent with the energy he's giving out. He's been a champion in 2 divisions, moving into his 3rd. He's been unified at 130, and he's moving into 135, going for interim belt. You know what he's about. He's not picking money fights and then picking legacy fights. It's been legacy fights so far. That's what we've appreciated from him. He hasn't given us anything that's looked like a snore. Only one fight was a snore, and that was with a hard puncher, and that's only half the fight. Most of his fights are entertaining. He's skillful. He has style. He's young, and he's really getting into these dudes. And also, so we have amateurs. He has more success than Devin. He's had more competition than Dev. Dev has worked his way up because he started young. He's still a young fighter, as he's overachiever as a young fighter, but he's still working his way up. And Shakur has had a lot of moments so far. When he went against Valdez, that was a moment. He was chasing that man down for a long time to get that fight with Valdez. And when that fight happened, a lot of people were telling me about Valdez going to do this, he's going to do that. He's a hard puncher. He's just a boxer. He can't take no hits. And he made that man look like a fool. 30-0 Oscar Valdez made him look like a fool. And then they said, okay, well, Canseco, he beat Valdez for real. He's the one that beat him for real. Let's see him fight. Let's see Shakur fight that guy. Shakur fought him. Bully that man. And this dude, he a silver medalist too. He ain't no chump change. He bullied him. So Shakur is not the guy to play with. And I respect Devin. Like I said, he's a young fighter. He's working his way up. He's undisputed at 135. That cannot be sponged across. That cannot be scrubbed across. He's in the history books. But you had 2 fights with one fighter for championship fights. Shakur has had several championship fights with several different types of fighters, not just the one type of fighter. He has fought brawlers and made them look small. He has fought boxers and made them look petite. He has fought the punchers and he boxed them, dealt with them. So he's dealt with all types of several different styles, and he's looked dominant through all those different types of styles. There's no matchmaking for Shakur. Any type of fighter that goes in the ring with Shakur, you will have problems. On top of that, he's not chinny. No disrespect to Devin, but a lot of times when Devin tries to mix up with guys, he gets that, regardless of, it might have been moments in different fights. Remember, Devin hasn't been knocked down in a fight, so you can't say he has no chin. But he doesn't, when he gets hit clean, he has certain reactions to it. We all seen it. He's still a great fighter. But when we talking about 2 great fighters, you have to nitpick here and there. And Shakur, I seen him mix it up plenty of times. He has a variations of shots. He goes to the body more consistently than Devin. He has better distance. He has a better way of measuring distance when it compared to Dev. His footwork is more just clean. It's smoother. When he goes from offense to defense, it just looks smoother. He's not rushing in. You rarely ever see Shakur rush in. He's a southpaw. He's slick, and that's one of the biggest things people hate to fight in a boxing ring. And everybody will tell you that a slick southpaw, that's a problem in boxing. And he's up there as he's possibly the slickest fighter in boxing right now. So you can't, these type of things we can't look over. Devin is a
You
young
got
fighter.
1 minute. You got 1 minute.
Got you. Devin's a young fighter. He's moving his way up. But when it comes to these kind of fighters, we have to nitpick. And I've seen a little bit more from Shakur when it comes to variation. And when it comes to getting fighters who are not just, champions from back in the day, who are, on their last legs, or who are giving the young guy a shot. No, he's fought live dogs in several different divisions, and he's on his third. And I expect him to be a champion, a 3-time champion by the end of this year. So I'm gonna leave it at that time.
Hey, shout out Dre's Finest with $2 super chat. Says salute nephew, what's good? Keep up the good work. I see my wife and my daughter Nivea and Miss Knockout in the building. Smoke, you got a fight on your hands. Jon Nori came in more swaying a little bit. Let go to Smoke. Same question. Your opening statement, man. Who deserves to be ranked higher on the pound for pound list based on accomplishments and skill? You got Devin Haney in this argument. Go ahead and talk your shit, man. Timer starts when you start talking, bro.
All right, cool. Who should be ranked higher on pound for pound list based on accomplishments and skills? I am, of course, arguing for Devin Haney, was pointed out. And the first thing is accomplishments, right? Yes, while Shakur is a silver medalist, they don't give pound for pound list for your amateur, really. There's not an amateur pound for pound list. So that just kind of goes out the window. His accomplishments in the professional rankings, he is a 2-division champion, and he lost on that. I don't know. That's pretty much it for his accomplishments, or his accolades. As far as, all right, I guess, that's it. That's it. As far as the skills, his skills are, from what we can tell, the eye test. I think we all can see that he seems to be a really skilled fighter, but skills when it comes to pound for pound lists are supposed to be validated or verified by your level of opposition. I heard my guy talk about Shakur having the better competition based on being undefeated, but for me, the development of a fighter isn't that. The quality isn't that. It's whether or not you're a prospect, whether or not you're a contender, whether you're a challenger, or whether you're a champion. That seems to be like, some objective metrics we can look at when we talk about the accolades and what people have, how their development as a fighter is coming along. As far as that goes, Devin has shown his skills against, a much higher level of opposition, right? Devin is on his seventh championship title defense. I think Shakur has had a grand total of 3 title fights, and all these several title fights he was talking about. He's had only 3. It would have been 4 if he would have been able to make weight instead of just weight bullying Conceição. But yeah, he's only had like 3 title fights, and he's only fought 2 champions, and all of these, varied of things. Like, so of the 2 champions he fought, yeah, he did pretty good against those 2 guys. Jamel Herring, he did get the stoppage against him. He did not against Valdez, but that's it for his championship level experience. So for me, if you have a guy who is doing like 7 championship fights and you're showing his skills against guys who, he's got 4 former champions in there, that seems to me to be showing skills against a higher level of opposition, not just, I guess imagining what it would look like if you're actually in there against somebody who could do something where you weren't, apparently at least 1 or 2 divisions bigger than your opposition, right? But I mean, that you could perhaps say that about both guys. But the difference is, Devin Haney has been doing it over and over again. He's not out there actually missing weight. He makes weight, and then he goes in there and shows his skills against championship level, either current reigning or former long time, or former pound for pound. No matter how it is you want to slice it, when it comes to actually accolades in the sports and accomplishments in the sports, we've seen Devin Haney not only achieve more as an accolade, being undisputed, being an accolade that is the pinnacle of championship boxing, which is the pinnacle of sanctioned boxing, right? When it comes to accomplishments and accolades, I guess you could say, making money is also an accomplishment, but I don't know. You can do that without really, accruing any accolades, right? We see guys like Jake Paul make a ton of money, but like what are his accomplishments? I mean, I guess you could say as promoting a promoter for championship fights, but yeah, you got to throw some kind of qualifier in there that the history and the tradition of the sport we can hang our hats on, and we understand that this is a level of greatness, this is a standard of achievement that everybody can get behind, right? That everybody recognizes a champion. Whether or not maybe you're paper champion because you got a vacant. But if you're a long-standing champion, you have a bunch of title defenses, that seems to be a validation of who you are as a fighter and also of your skills. So far, we got one title defense out of two separate divisions out of Shakur. He got a featherweight title, lost that on the scale during the Coco 19. And now he did manage to defend the title once against against Valdez. The title got off of Jamel Herring, but then he promptly lost that on the scales again. So yeah, I mean, like, I think he's got great. It looks like he has the tools. It looks like he's a master of his craft. But in order to validate it, we need for him, especially, it's not like it's not even validated, because hey, Valdez is a certified guy. You can't say that Shakur has no skills. But if you're going to say he has more than Devin, yeah, Devin has been doing it against multiple champions, guys who've come up, guys who are naturally in the weight class, guys who've come forward, guys who, all kinds of guys. So for me, the skills is, I think, by any reasonable measure, should be measured against your opposition, not just skills in a vacuum, right? You have to show that your skills are able to beat like solid opposition. And the other thing is, when it comes to an accomplishment, as far as being a champion, if you have never cleared out a division, if you haven't gathered all the belts, that means somebody else in that division could say that they're the champion. And as far as between the two of the guys, only Devin Haney has cleared up all the belts, from with a franchise belt or a Ring Magazine belt or whatever the hell. As long as all the sanctioning bodies recognized it, then that guy had it. So yeah, I'm going to end it there. I'm going to just, in summary, the reason why I think Devin Haney should be ranked higher on the pound for pound list based on accomplishments and skills is because Devin Haney has better accolades when it comes to being undisputed, and he has it against fighters who are more proven. Because not only have they been champions, but the fighters that he fought also fought more champions. So yeah, it's Devin Haney hands down for me.
All right, and fire round from Smoke. They off to a great start, y'all. Y'all hit my like button. Put some hand clap emojis in the chat. I'm hearing a lot of facts being thrown around. These arguments are sharp, man. All right, Jay Nori, you got hold on, let me stop this. Reset it. All right, Jay Nori, you got 5 minutes for your rebuttal on what you heard. Oh, there he is. All right, Jay Nori, you got 5 minutes for your rebuttal on what you heard Smoke say. Timer starts as soon as you start talking. Go ahead.
All right, cool. Yeah, I got pushed backstage for a second. I don't know what happened, but yeah. So I mean, I heard what Smoke said. That was cool. I heard some facts, but I mean, most of the time you spent was basically talking about Shakur. I didn't hear you say much about Devin outside of saying he's undisputed and he's had one less championship fights than Shakur. I mean, he has 30 fights. I mean, that's not saying much. So, I mean, I guess, but when it comes down to it, like I said, these two are both great young fighters, and you're basically nitpicking. So, both their competition is kind of close to the same level, But let's look at who's been more dominant. When you look at who's been competing and who's been making those outstanding improvements and who's actually been looking very good in the ring, it's been Shakur. Outside of those two Kambosos fights, which is the same fighter anyway, I mean, no one really had Kambosos winning. I mean, given a big challenge to Dev. I mean, we only thing we ever wondered about that fight was if he was going to get robbed. But we had Dev. Most of the fights where you deal with when you have with Shakur, he's been closer to a 50-50 fight, and he's had the better performances. Like I said, like you said, you pointed out with Jamel Herring, a championship fight, he got the stoppage. When it came to Valdez, he was clearly the better fighter with not with a fighter on the back end of his career. This is a live dog, undefeated fighter. Put it in work. He's looked more dominant in those big fights. He's taken chances in his big fights. He's racking up the score when it comes to that. When it comes to style points, he's racking up the score. So we have to nitpick a little bit. We just can't talk about just undisputed with one opponent, because that'll get you on the pound for pound list. But like I said before, Shakur been on the pound for pound list, and for good reason. He's a multi-championship division fighter. He's done it in different divisions. When you talk about pound for pound, it's about applying them skills to different weight classes. Can those skills move with you? He has shown that he can take them skills to different divisions and look dominant. That's bigger proof to me than just one opponent and getting your best wins with that one opponent. Okay, I can respect that. But how have you looked against several different styles, several different opponents? Have you looked the same, or have you looked a little bit lesser than? So like I said, these are two young fighters. You have to nitpick a little bit, and most of your time was spent talking about Shakur is losing his belts on the scales. But like I said, he's been tried and true in different divisions. So he lost his belts on the scales, but that has nothing to do with his skills and his accomplishments, especially when he has one more championship fight than the guy who's undisputed in one weight class, who's only looked good in one weight class. We have to see how Devin looks like when he moves up to 140. And there's a lot of killers up there at 140. So I hope we get those big fights for him so we can add to his legacy and he can give us more great fights. I'm going to end it there.
I put myself on mute when y'all talking so I can take notes. All right, Smoke, here you go, man. Your final statement for the first round. You got 5 minutes, man. Timer starts when you start talking. Go ahead and offer up your rebuttal, man.
Yeah, all right. So he opened up the round by saying Shakur has been on the pound for pound list longer. First off, there's no such thing as the pound for pound list. There's several pound for pound lists. And Shakur is on the Sports Illustrated pound for pound list. So let's be clear which one he's talking about. And it just so happens that Shakur Stevenson signed with ESPN. That is Sports Illustrated's parent company, right? So the only pound for pound list he's on is the one that's put out by the network that he fights on. That's the first one. When he said that Shakur's fights are more 50-50 guys. All right, so there's two guys, Jamel Herring and Valdez, right? So Shakur was a -800, which gives him a 94% chance of winning that fight, and then he had another 75% chance against Valdez. I'm not quite sure if those are 50, like how close that's supposed to be 50-50. But yeah, if you want to look at the odds of 50-50, then you want to look closer to the Kambosos and Devin. And there was a lot of actually real concern about Devin getting robbed in that fight, as evidenced by the scorecards by the judges. So yeah, like Devin beat that boy bad, and they still managed to give Kambosos 4 rounds in that fight. So yeah, that should have been a concern, and it was a concern. But really, the whole thing when it comes to Devin and his skills, we could talk about ring IQ, we could talk about judging distance, we could talk about being who's the better outfighter, because they're both essentially outfighters. They both go about their business kind of the same. What's different though is when you look at who's actually been in there with the more verified guys, and then When you look at those guys, right? Kambosos, people talk about, how Kambosos is, maybe a C level or D level fighter. No, whatever, however they rate Kambosos in order to discredit Devin Haney. What's true about Kambosos, which is untrue, what you can't say about anybody or Shakur himself, or anybody Shakur faced, or even Shakur, is that Kambosos beat a pound for pound guy. Because even though I didn't agree with it, after Teofimo beat Lomachenko, they put him on ESPN's pound for pound list. And since you want to go about like Sports Illustrated's pound for pound list, let's go to ESPN's pound for pound list, right? I'm not sure if Ring Magazine, maybe I'll look it up. I mean, we can see. Maybe even Ring Magazine had Teofimo Lopez, but I'm just saying I didn't agree with him being anywhere. But the boxing world did put Teofimo Lopez. Some supposedly objective judge said that guy was a pound for pound fighter, and that guy Teofimo beat. So I haven't seen that being true for Valdez. I haven't seen that guy be a pound for pound guy. I never seen Jamel Herring on a pound for pound list, or Conceição, or none of these guys that you think are so great that he beat. But meanwhile, Kambosos, a guy that Devin Haney beat twice, made it look easy twice. That guy did beat somebody on the pound for pound. That guy was a unified champion. There's no, Shakur has never faced a unified champion. So when I'm doing a comparison between the two, I'm not just here to extol the virtues of Devin Haney. I'm here to make a comparison. So I have to compare the two guys. And when I compare the two guys, it comes up favorably for Devin Haney. Firstly, because, like I said, undisputed is better than just being a champion. It's better than even just being a unified champion. It's even better than being an undisputed unified champion, having that Ring Magazine belt. Like that's also an accolade. That's also an accomplishment, right? These
You
are
got
things
1 minute,
that,
Smoke. 1 minute, brother.
Yeah, there you go. These are things that Shakur Stevenson wishes that he did, but never did. You said Devin is chinny, right? So Dev got clipped. Well, we said that people say that Devin is chinny. Dev got clipped by a guy that dropped, Luke Campbell. People are talking about Ryan Garcia is a power puncher because he's able to stop Luke Campbell. Linares dropped Luke Campbell, I think, at least once, maybe even twice, if memory serves. But Linares is nobody's slouch. That dude drops people. When he drops that right hand on you, you fall. Devin didn't fall. I don't know how that's supposed to be chinny. You say he gets hit often. I don't remember him getting hit often. But I'm going to leave you with this one when it comes to these moments in time, since you wanted to bring up those completely, eyesores of fights during the pandemic that ESPN put on. Well, sure, Shakur got a stoppage in one of those ESPN fights, and he is, one of ESPN's darlings. Well, when Devin was fighting over there at ESPN, he knocked out Moran for knockout.
Smoke, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Smoke? This time, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, shout out Trey Dukes coming through heavy with the $100 in the super chat. Says, I've been watching you since you started, but I work overnight. I'm off tonight and glad to catch a live instead of a rewatch. You and BFTB are the real GOATs, man. You the GOAT, bro. Thanks for supporting the channel so heavy, bro, for your first time coming through, man. And then shout out to you again, back in the super chat with another $100. He says, salute and blessing to you and the whole Knockout family. Real Dallas, Texas. Stand up, man. Appreciate that again, bro. Much love to you. And man, that just helps me continue to work hard and continue to make content for you guys, man. But let's go to the judges, man. Fire ass first round. I'm gonna go to Phantom first. Phantom, who you giving round 1 to, and why you giving it to him, man?
Well, before I make my declaration as the winner of this round, I need some clarification. Did Shakur Stevenson also lose a title on the scales at 126? Is that factual?
We can look it up. I don't know.
Yeah, that I gotta know, because that's kind of like a determining factor for me. Because I'm only aware he lost some on the scales.
I never did say he lost his titles on the scale of 126. I didn't say that. I said he had to move up. He was supposed to fight at 126 and moved up during the pandemic.
Okay, because it sounded like you said he lost some on the scales.
No, I just said he had to move up.
Only for the Conseco
fight. Couldn't make weight anymore.
Yeah,
I said he couldn't make weight anymore. I didn't say he
lost.
lost.
Only for the Conseco fight, which he looked amazing.
That was at 130. Everybody, hold on. Just go ahead and judge off of what you know, bro. Judge off what you know.
Based off what I know.
Moving forward, though, that's why you got your camera off. That's why you a judge. If you got a question about something or you checking something, you can look it up next time. You know what I'm saying? And then that way you know if that's a determining factor for you or not. That's what I do sometimes when I got questions about what somebody say. I look it up and I'm like, all right, cool. But go ahead, man. Make a decision. Let them know who you thought won the round, bro.
Right. First round, I'm gonna give the old Smokey. I think he made the clear points, and as far as why we explained it, why he was doing the comparison, I think that was important to where he had to include Shakur and some of the points he was trying to make. So yeah, I give it the first round of Smoke.
All right, King Judah, talk to me, bro. Who you get the first round to?
Man, look, the first thing I want to say is, but that Smoke said your rebuttal round ain't long enough for him. Smoke kept trying to go. But nah, man, I'm gonna give it to Smoke too, because when Jon Nori came out, he came out swinging. He was clear, concise, and I think he knew exactly where he wanted to go attacking this topic. But Smoke came out in his first go round, bro, and attacked every point Jon Nori made. And it seemed like he actually attacked it in a way where he nullified it, bro. Like, I think, that was a Smoke round. A lot of stuff he said. He taught me a lot, and I'm a Devin Haney fan. He came out with a lot of facts, bro. Like, the main thing, I'm gonna say this because I know we got to keep moving. But when they was talking about the title defenses or the championship fights, he let me know that Devin has had more consecutive fights. Not only has he had more championship fights, but they've been consecutive. And that kind of, with that being said, bro, I gave that round of Smoke.
Yeah, what you said there was key to me. I thought they both had great rounds. I really do. But the way that Smoke was versatile in his opening statement to not only spit his opening bars, but took some time to try to poke holes and rebuttal and spit his round at the same time without losing his train of thought for his open round. I think the strongest thing that I heard, but I thought it was a lot of great points. But when you open up your round with such a strong punchline, like, hey, they don't put pound for pound list, they don't put that shit together off what you did at the amateurs. Well, shit, I listened to Jay Nori talk for like 2 or 3 minutes about what Shakur did in the amateurs. That shit it got me like, damn, he just came out and from there, all the facts were about equal, but it's just the fact that Smoke rebutted and spit his round in both rounds, and that just made his round one very strong in my opinion. So I agree with y'all, man. I gave that first round to Smoke. But Jay Nori showed he ain't nothing to play with. So we're moving on to the second round. This time, Smoke will go first. And look, man, if you talk to people that rock heavy with Shakur Stevenson, they tell you that he the boogeyman around this bitch. If you talk to people that mess with Devin Haney heavy, they gonna tell you Devin Haney is the boogeyman around this bitch. Well, look, they both been avoided. That's facts. So I'm just trying to figure out who the real boogeyman, bro. Who is the true boogeyman? Smoke, tell us why it's Devin Haney. You got 10 minutes, man.
Okay. Yeah. So the real boogeyman. Of course, I say it's Devin Haney, and part of this is just the same thing. It like sort of just dovetails with the skills question. When it comes to Devin Haney and who ducked, right? You have names like Teofimo Lopez. We have Tank. We have Ryan. We got Loma. Right. We have maybe Cambosos. Right. We can talk about those guys. And we can go through each and every one of those things. Right. When it comes to Lomachenko, how he interjected himself into the Luke Campbell vacant WBC fight to petition to get a vacant, even though he was already a unified champion. He didn't want to wait for Devin he didn't want to wait for the winner of Devin and Luke Campbell. He wanted to make sure that he got Luke Campbell. Right. And maybe you could say, yeah, he don't know about that. Maybe that's not him. But his team knew. His team decided that they were going to, make sure that, they got that fight in the manner they got it. Not only that, but they petitioned the WBC to make sure that they didn't have to fight Devin specifically. And Suleiman came out and said, you know what? Yeah, we're not going to, Devin hasn't done enough in the sport for us to actually abide by our rules, even though, since it's a vacant title, you should be fighting the next guy up. And this is after Devin Haney, broke Abdullah's eye socket, right? That's before his surgery while he's still punching, right? So, yeah, back then, but, Devin Haney was still dropping stuff, still knocking stuff out, still breaking eye sockets. So, yeah, they're like, nah, maybe not him. Maybe what did Loma say? Loma said, like, after, do the Teofimo Lopez. Sure, I'll give Haney a shot. Yeah, all right. So that's Loma. We can revisit Loma in a second, but let's get with Teofimo Lopez, right? Tio was talking about, email champs and I'll beat you, and he called the dude, out his name. I won't go into the insulting language he used for Devin Haney, but I will say this: he said that I was going to. He said I'm going to fight you. I'm willing to fight. I'll definitely fight you. Like after I'm done fighting my my mandatory George Kambosos. When Eddie Hearn at that point, the co-promotion of Devin Haney, like caught up with the Teofimos, Junior and Senior in the hallway. Teofimo Senior said, "Sure, we'll fight Devin Haney. Give me $10 million." So yeah, I don't know, man. At that point, Teofimo wasn't worth 10 million. Devin wasn't worth 10 million. I don't know if the fight was worth 10 million. I don't think the fight was worth 10 million to anyone. So if you pricing yourself out, to me, that is, and to most reasonable boxing fans, that's avoiding somebody, if not just outright ducking. But yeah, that whole price out thing, asking for $10 million to fight for your guy when you just got the title, you never made even $5 million. But like, come on, man. So what is it? What's going on with Tank? Our guy Tank, right? Tank is knocking everything out. Surely Tank is not out here saying one thing and saying anything about avoiding anything or anybody. Well, Tank says, well, not so much Tank, actually. Tank has said some things, but we don't know if Tank how much Tank knows about the ins and outs of somebody's availability and all this other stuff. Tank did say that he wanted the winner of Tank versus Kambosos, but apparently he didn't know that there was a rematch clause. So, we're going to give him a pass on that. But what about Tank's dad? What about, Coach Cal? What's Coach Cal been talking about? Coach Cal says he can fight either Devin or Ryan. He says Devin has all the belts, but can everybody get paid? That's what he said. That was before he chose to fight Ryan Garcia. I mean, for me, I've been hearing a lot about how Ryan Garcia is a huge draw on an app that nobody has, because 16,000 of your favorite like Target and Walmart shoppers come out to see this guy fight. And that might be the case. But for me, it seems to me like almost a no-brainer that like Tank on ESPN on an app that's in like, on a platform that's in 80 million homes and on an app that has maybe 4 million subscribers. Like, it seems to me that Tank on ESPN would be one hell of a draw, right? Even if you say Tank Dev can't draw anything. What we do know, even if Dev don't have a fan in the world, we do know that Bill Haney knows how to talk so well. He might be able to talk his way out of a sunburn. He might be able to talk his way out of getting wet in a rainstorm. What we know that Bill can sell a fight. That's my point. Everybody says that Devin's boring and all this stuff, but guess what? Boring Devin is the first time that Little Loma is going to be on pay-per-view in America, right? Devin Haney is the one dragging Loma to pay-per-view in Vegas. Like that boring guy. And it certainly isn't because of the power of Devin Haney's knockouts, right? We already talked about how he's not getting those. It certainly isn't because of all the zingers he does, all his quotables, right? He doesn't have any quotables. His dad's doing all the talking. So it seems to me Tank Davis on a big platform like ESPN with Bill Haney going back and forth, that's probably going to sell you some tickets. But okay, that's neither here nor there. Maybe that's not the smoking gun for everybody that it is to me. But later on, this is just like, last month, Coach Cal goes, maybe we don't need to bless those guys. They've been talking too much. If it was up to me, I would starve them out. And like I said, this is the trainer, right? This is and not just the trainer, but the trainer that's been training him since he was a kid. But more so than that, even Gervonta Tank Davis in his restructuring says when talks about Coach Calvin, he calls him Pops, right? They talk about what they are going to do, right? They talk about what they are going to do together, both Devin Haney and Coach Cal. So we got Coach Calvin talk about starving them out, talking about, oh yeah, well maybe people don't get paid, even though Tank has never been on a platform the size of ESPN, not one day in his short-legged life. We got Suleiman talking about, oh yeah, maybe Haney needs to do more to get the Loma shot, even though the rules state Devin Haney is right there up for Devin Haney should be next for Loma. We got Devin about to fight for the championship. We got Loma getting his way in there, not wanting to wait for the winner to fight there, but making sure that he got the fighter that he wanted to get. Okay, that's Loma, that's Tank. Well, that's T.O. with this $10 million that ask. What about Ryan? Right, so we got Ryan Garcia. We got in the biggest fights supposedly of the year, definitely the biggest fight signed to date, right? For 2023 is Tank and Ryan. Ryan went through all of the trouble to make himself the mandatory for Devin Haney. And what does he do? He says, the belts don't matter. Okay. All of a sudden, I've never heard, and I've been watching boxing avidly, intently, right? I pay attention to the sport for a long time. I have never heard someone say the belts don't matter and them not get widely ridiculed. But for whatever reason, a guy like Ryan Garcia gets to say the belts don't matter when Devin has the belts, and everybody goes, okay. It's as if, because for whatever reason, people feel about Devin Haney, that guy is the guy that must always prove himself, regardless of what this sport says the standard is, what we all agree the standard is. All of a sudden, guys get to find different ways to not fight Devin Haney. They can get franchised and not fight him, and they said he wasn't a Mando because he got franchised, so franchise don't have Mandos. Even though the franchise, as a franchise champion, they tell you who your Mando is going to be because you get all kinds of special privileges when it comes to your Mando. But yeah, we're gonna just pretend like none of that matters. Loma gets to have different rules. Tank gets to have different rules. Ryan gets to have different rules. T.O. gets to have different rules, and that's cool. Let's say, for argument's sake, right? Let's say for argument's sake, all those guys ducked, right? Let's be charitable to me for a second. All those guys ducked, right? If all those dudes ducked, we have Lomachenko, unified champion, that didn't want, or not duck. Sorry,
1 minute, Smoke. You got 1 minute, bro.
Oh, sorry. I don't mean duck. I meant avoid. So for all the time that said duck, I meant to say avoid, right? So we got Loma avoiding as a unified. We got Tank, former champion. Maybe he's not coming out of his mouth to say he's got some plausible deniability. But how do you defend what Coach Cal is saying? How do you defend Teofimo Sr. Asking for $10 million? How do you defend Ryan Garcia saying belts don't matter after fighting so hard to get in position for those belts, right? For me, it is very clear who is being avoided, and it is definitely Devin Haney. When it comes to Shakur, you may hear names like William Cepeda, or Pitbull Cruz, guys who've never been anybody's champion anywhere. You may hear other, but you don't hear like champions going like, oh yeah, I need $10 million to fight Shakur, or I need to find a way to make sure I hide behind the sanctioning bodies, political process, so I don't fight Shakur. Like, you don't see that fighting with Shakur. Yes, for me, Devin Haney is the guy that has deserved the perception out there in the boxing world that he's being avoided, and that he is possibly a boogeyman, if not a true boogeyman.
All right, man. You got it, Jay Nori. It's on you, bro. You got 10 minutes. Both fighters are known to be avoided. Which one is the true boogeyman? Tell the people why it's Shakur Stevenson, man. You got 10 minutes. Go ahead.
You got to be consistent, man. That's all I'm asking. All the Haney select, all the Haney fans, we got to be consistent. That's all. We was just talking about this in the beginning of this live stream. Loma fought for unification. That's not a duck. That's not avoiding. If he's fighting for unification compared to fighting his Mando, that's not a duck. That's not avoiding. It is what it is. T.O., he lost to a Mando. That's not a duck. A coulda, woulda, shoulda. Well, if he would have did this and if he would have did that don't matter. That's not a duck. When it comes to Tank, you wasn't in line for that fight, bro. You left Showtime. You're not going to get the fight. You know how they get down. You're not going to get that fight. You can criticize Bud up and down for the same thing, but when it comes to Dev, it's like, well, we got to have the the Moses got to like part the sea with the cane for Dev. Nah, it don't work like that. You left the building, you don't get the fight. Now, here's the one solid one you got with Ryan. But let's be consistent. Now, if Ryan is a duck for going for a money fight, then you got to be consistent with Team Haney. Because Shakur has just moved up to 135. And I've been hearing all across the net, all across the boxing talks about how we want tank. But we don't need that Shakur fight just yet. That's down the line. And they just gave you a round because Devin Haney, he's undisputed, and that's a biggest accomplishment that you can have in the sport, supposedly. Okay. So if the undisputed champ is avoiding you, how can you not be the boogeyman? If the undisputed champ in the weight division don't want no smoke, how can you not be the boogeyman? You can't be the boogeyman if you're the champion. You don't want to face the best challenger. One guy is in the corner talking across the street talking about he don't care about belts. You got somebody that called you out, moving up, saying, "Oh, I'm coming for the belts," and they talk about Shakur. You know, they talk about him like that. He ain't him. Like he not another great young fighter. Oh, he don't do nothing for us. Where they do that at? You can't be talking like that. You the boogeyman. One night it's about legacy, the other night it's about money. Which one is it? You can't be the boogeyman if you're not consistent. If you're not running down people consistently, you ain't the boogeyman or nothing. You just another great fighter putting in work like these other great fighters. And all these great fighters, they all want money fights. And that's what Devin Haney wants. He's not being avoided. He just wants a money fight, and the business of boxing got you on the outside. You're not being avoided. Sorry. Loma didn't avoid you. Tio didn't avoid you. Ryan didn't avoid you. Ryan possibly about to get knocked the hell out in his next fight. He didn't avoid you. He's trying to get money fights, and that's the same thing you doing. So if you're doing the same thing, you can't say you the boogeyman or nothing. Shakur comes up from every weight class. He's looking for the top dog. He's a top dog in every weight class. 126, top dog. 130, top dog. He's coming at the top dog in 135. Devin Haney says he's going to stay at 135 for the smoke. That's what he says. So let's get it. I don't understand why we got all this back and forth and all this politics talk all of a sudden. When it comes to Tank, ain't no politics talking. When it comes to Tank, it's like, oh, just make the fight, just make the fight, just make the fight. But when it comes to Shakur, somebody who's on your level, somebody that's on your side of the street, you want to talk about politics. You want to talk about, and then Team Haney want to convince the boxing world that your Team Shakur don't even want the fight. Now they're saying they don't even want the fight. That's not your job. It's not your job to make excuses. It's your job to challenge, take on all challengers. That's what the champ is supposed to do. That's what the champ is supposed to do. Don't switch up the flow when somebody's coming at you who got the same smoke for you like you got the smoke for Tank. Don't switch up the flow. Don't do that. Keep the same energy. Keep that same energy. He say he's coming for all the belts. He the boogeyman. You can't be the boogeyman. You're undisputed, and you don't want no smoke with the other guy who's pound for pound. And everybody list got y'all 8 and 9, 9 and 8, 8 and 9, 9 and 8, 9 and 10, 9 and 10. And you don't want to deal with that dude. But you want to talk about money fights. But you said everybody ducking you. But you going for a money fight, bro. Where they do that at? Nah. We can't have that. It's obvious who the boogeyman is. You talking about everybody else is ducking you. But when it comes to Shakur, you get real political. You get real respectable. You got gangster girls for Loma, but when it comes to Shakur, it's a whole different energy. A whole different energy. And it's noticeable. It's very noticeable. So you can talk about all this stuff that happened in 2019 and 2017 smoke. That's all sounds good. And that sounds like a lot of narrative building. But when it comes when the rubber meets the road and you got to put all that talk on the line and you got a 50-50 fight, he talking to somebody that's across the street Talk to somebody that's sitting next to you. Talk to somebody who's waiting in the park for you. He fighting this weekend. He gonna get that WBC title, interim title. He gonna get that. Bob Arum say he willing to set it up. Every other day we hearing Team Haney go back and forth. One day we're gonna move up to 140. Another day we're gonna stay at 135 for the rest of the year. One day we're gonna fight Tank. Another day we're gonna fight Shakur. There's a lot of jumping up and dancing around. When Shakur wasn't part of the situation, there was no dancing around. It was everybody ducking me. I'm the top guy. I want all the smoke. Shakur move up and then you turn into a businessman. That's what look like a boogeyman to me. When a guy comes up and you change your energy, that's a real boogeyman. Be consistent. Be consistent. And yeah, I gave him the other round talking about he doing more because he undisputed. All right, well, put the belts on the line. You say you'll fight Shakur when all the belts are on for all the. You say you'll fight him for everything. Put it all on the line. That sounds like undisputed to me. Are we talking about 140? Put your biggest achievement on the line and go for the smoke. Time.
All right. You got 5 minutes. Smoke. Offer up your rebuttal for round 2. From what you heard Jon Nori say, man, time's on you. Go ahead.
Well, I'm glad that he at least gave me a Ryan Garcia ducked him for a money fight. I just want to know how big was that money for Emmanuel to go or Javier Fortuna? Because those are the guys he fought instead of fighting Devin Haney. For some reason, I don't know, call me crazy. I feel like he probably would have made more money fighting Devin Haney for some belts versus fighting Emmanuel to go and Javier Fortuna. But, that's just me. But sure, you call it a money fight. That's neither here nor there. I thought you were arguing for Shakur to be the boogeyman. I didn't know that you were just arguing that Devin is not. The only argument I heard for Shakur being the boogeyman is that Devin is ducking Shakur, which is hilarious. Okay, so let's just do this little timeline then. All right. On May 1st, 2022, Shakur Stevenson is talking about how he wants to be undisputed champion. The thing that you weren't tripping off of, he wanted to be undisputed at 130 pounds. At May 17th, was Bob Arum said, there's no money in undisputed. That don't matter. Shakur said, oh, hold up a second. It matters with Loma. You cared if Loma's undisputed, Bob. I want to be undisputed too. That vocal Shakur, you said that he wasn't in the first round. Yeah, he was vocal about being undisputed at 130 pounds, even when Bob Arum pushed back on it. That's going all the way back to May. All right, maybe that's too far. Let's go the day before. Let's go to what day was this? September 21st, right? Shakur is still saying, yeah, I want to get the belts one by one to become undisputed at 130 pounds. But the very next day, he couldn't make weight. Guess what happened 3 days later? He's calling out Dev. But he already said, let's go back to May. In May 17th, he was talking about how Dev is going to fight Shakur. How Dev is going to fight Loma. How Dev is the man. And like how he would like to fight Loma. That he being Shakur Stevenson himself would like to fight Loma. So we got Dev being the man at 130. We got Dev being undisputed at 135. And we got Dev being the man at 135. We got Shakur trying to be undisputed at 130. We got everybody knowing that Dev, including Shakur, knowing that Dev and Loma are on a collision court and supposed to fight next. But what do we get Shakur talking about? We got Shakur calling out Devin Haney, knowing full well this guy is about to fight Lomachenko, according that if his own promotional company had their druthers. He could have gone to Bob Arum and found this out. He could have gone to Jay Prince and found this out, right? But instead, what he does is call a guy out, and then after calling the guy out, calls up Devin Haney to say, you know what? They made me do this. They made me call out. That's just, don't trip off that. That's just what they do. But we gonna fight. That's cool. You want to call a guy out, you want to call a guy out. But if it's strange credulity to say that Shakur Stevenson, after him not being able to make weight, all of a sudden is being ducked by Devin Haney for a fight that has been in negotiations either for months or for years, depending on which lens you look at this thing through. But this fight was in negotiations before Shakur Stevenson ever hit the division. So how is it that Devin Haney, making the fight now, is ducking Shakur Stevenson? If that is your only point for how Shakur Stevenson is a boogeyman, that's the only point you made that I could actually rebut. Maybe once I'm done talking, you can talk about all these other people that you feel like Shakur is ducking. They duck Shakur, but I can't rebut at that point. So yeah, the guy that you named, Devin Haney, the guy that you say is ducking ducking Shakur, and that's why Shakur is a boogeyman. Shakur hasn't even had a fight at 135 pounds yet. Try again. That's my time.
All right, Jon Nori, you got 5 minutes, brother, to offer up your rebuttal. Timer starts when you start talking, bro. Go ahead.
That was slim. And what did I say? Just look easy. Just can't be consistent. Just can't do it. Just refuse to do it. So let me get this straight. So all of a sudden, when you get called out by the big bad boy in Shakur, he coming up to 135, you get called out by him. All of a sudden, oh no, we're gonna fight Loma. That fight's done. No, sir. We don't need your enthusiasm, sir. No, we're good here. But when you was calling out Tank, oh, we ain't gonna fight Loma next year. Who told you that? Wasn't they on Twitter saying doing the Twitter fingers like they do? Saying, "Oh, we're not fighting Loma." Who told you that? That fight's not signed yet. Y'all was calling Tank out all summer before the second rematch with Kambosos, and after the Kambosos fight, you keep calling him out for the rest of the winter. But when Shakur call you out, all of a sudden it's back to business again. Be consistent. You can't be undisputed and be the boogeyman if you're not willing to fight the biggest challenge. It don't work like that. If the belts matter to you, if the belts mean anything to you, boxing, the champion fights the challenger. The champion don't chase the cash cow. No, the champion fights the best challenger when you got all the belts. That's your responsibility as undisputed, as the champion. You're the guy. You're the top dog. And if you ain't trying to fight the best challenger, something is wrong. You can't switch it up. Be consistent. You can't say we're gonna fight Loma one day, then another day we can make that Tank fight. Yeah, we could do that. Make up your mind. What are you trying to bring the boxing world? Are you trying to be the legacy fighter who's coming for the best fights, and are you trying to get the money fights? You trying to move how Tank moving, or you trying to move how Shakur moving? You got to make up your mind, boss. Because when you start moving up and them killers start calling for your name, I don't want to see you turn to a businessman and you want to call yourself the boogeyman. It don't work like that. It don't. And I know how y'all like to bring up the whole Frank Martin, but look, Frank Martin get the smoke, but guess what? I got smoke for the man with all the belts. And if I'm going for the man with all the belts, you can't say I'm ducking somebody who's a contender. I got the interim belt. I'm coming for you. So either you going to fight or you going to vacate. Make up your mind. That's boxing. I know all the other stuff you was talking about, that's some narrative stuff. That ain't boxing. That's fanism. That's all about bias. And that's all about biasness, about who I like. If you about boxing, if the belts matter to you, if you got all the belts, you fight the best challenger. The easiest fight that can be made is Shakur versus Devin Haney. If you've been watching boxing, everybody knows there's politics in boxing. Everybody knows the side of the street in boxing. Stop pretending. Stop pretending. Top Rank is ready to make that fight, and they're going to give Devin a bag to make that fight, and we know what's going to happen. We all see it coming, but we all want to act like it's not going to happen. We all want to act like, oh, that's not real. It is real, dog. You don't want no smoke with that, man. Let's be honest. Because if you was really about that boogeyman talk, you would take on the biggest challenge and you would solidify yourself at 135 and move up, knowing that you are the real deal. You took on all comers. There's no question that's not going to happen because you're looking for money fights. And you're criticizing other fighters for doing the same thing that you're doing. And that's not
1
being
minute. You
consistent.
got 1 minute.
That's not being consistent. That's picking and choosing. And if you picking and choosing, you ain't the boogeyman. That's facts. Time.
Already. All right, man. That's the end of round 2. We're gonna go to King Judah first this time, but first let me catch the super chat from the homie Jose. Jose say, with the $5 in super chat, he say, KO a good dude. Respect to the channel. Appreciate that, dog. All right, King Judah, man. Who you giving the second round to, bro?
Man, look, that was a good one, bro. That one was hard to I had to keep up with everything they said, every single word. Smoke started off kind of shaky, bro. He spent most of his time not even talking about why Devin was the boogeyman. He cleaned it up towards the end. He named the fighters that ducked him. That was important for me. I was looking for Jon Nori to come out and tell us the fighters that ducked Shakur. I think he missed the opportunity because he spent both of his turns talking about how Devin only was ducking Shakur. And I think that was key because he missed some guys like Cepeda, Pitbull, and Cambosis. So by him missing that, you know, I got to give that to Smoke, bro. Because Smoke he let it known every single fighter that ducked Devin Haney, it wasn't just Shakur, you know, and or it wasn't Shakur at all. He couldn't use Shakur. But the fact that Jon Nori only said that Devin was the only fighter that ducked him, then he can't be a boogeyman.
All right, Phantom. Who you giving the round to, bro?
I think both kind of left some meat on the bone. Could have went into more detail. For me, the Tank thing was a hard sell on Smoke side, and then also Nori not bringing up the fact that Bill said out his own mouth that Shakur could jump the line, and they didn't have to fight Loma. But his opening 10 minutes, he attacked kind of all the fighters that Smoke named. And he gave him Ryan, but he had clear, concise reasons why you couldn't call him Duck. So I give that round to Nori. Slight edge.
Okay. For me, bro, I didn't see it that close. I didn't, bro. Like I thought Smoke was fumbling and bumbling at the first beginning of his round, talking about Tank and ticket sales, and he didn't get around to hit to his point. But then when he started talking about Teofimo, he started talking about Ryan Garcia. I'm like, I can vibe with it, and he gave me names and shit. And then I'm listening to my bro Jay Nori, and I'm like, all right, bro, come with the smoke. And he spent so much time on Devin, like, and bro, when people say leave meat on the bone, like, I would have loved to hear about how Oscar Valdez ducked him through 2 weight classes. I would have loved to hear about how Jamel Herring tried to duck him at 130. I would love to hear about how Pitbull Cruz was ordered to fight him, said, fuck no, I'm good. Williams Zepeda ordered to fight him, fuck no, I'm good. Cambosos, we'll fight in the future. I got to get my comeback for. Like, you left like 5-6 fighters on the board, bro. And I'm like, damn, and through multiple weight classes, I'm like, damn, bro, you really dropped the ball on that one. Then when Smoke went for his rebuttal, he rebutted the 1 point you made. And I thought the key was he kind of covered himself right at the end when he was like, shit, and I can only rebut that shit because you didn't say nothing to nobody else. Ain't nothing else for me to rebuttal. So I think in the back of Smoke mind too, Smoke knew that you had left a lot of ammunition. It was a lot of bullets, a lot of shots that you ain't fired, bro. And so I thought round 1 from both of y'all was way stronger, but I thought that Smoke edged this round just off of he gave me more names. He stuck to the topic a little bit better. And I thought my brother Jay Nori was just a little too focused on Devin, just a little too focused on Shakur and Devin, and not realizing that being the boogeyman mean it's a lot of motherfuckers that don't want no smoke with you. It's a lot of them. So I got smoke in this one, man. For the second round. Let's go to round 3, bro. And let me get up here. Where's the question? And this time, who's going first this time? Who went first last time?
It's on me, right?
It's on Nori.
Okay,
yeah, it's on me.
This is the one we want right here. And truth speaks. If you want to judge, all you gotta do is ask, bro. If you don't have to critique judges, you could just you can ask the judge, or we can set up a debate for you, bro. And you can hop up on the panel, but you always welcome.
Hey, look, I don't mean to cut you off, okay? I just want to make something known. This is my first time up here, and I am trying to be non-biased, but no, I'm gonna judge what they say, and what they could have said, because I'm not
Yeah.
completely blind to this. I keep up with boxing also. I have a channel too. So when you miss an opportunity, I'm gonna notice that too.
Yeah, facts. That's called being a judge. That's what judges do. That's what judges do, bro. So it is what it is. Just want to point that out to y'all, man. But let's get to it, man. Round three. We got who gonna win the fight and why they gonna win the fight. Jay Nori about to tell y'all why Shakur Stevenson is gonna beat Devin Haney ass in his opinion. You got 10 minutes, bro. Go ahead and start cooking. Timer starts when you start, bro.
Yes, sir. All right, who wins the fight? I got Shakur Stevenson, man. We got Shakur Stevenson, 5'8", 68-inch reach. Devin Haney, 5'8", 71-inch reach. And both these fighters are both slick boxers. They got a style that are very similar to each other. But like I said before, they're both great young fighters, and you have to start nitpicking. So when we start nitpicking, we have to look at the habits, and we got to look at the weaknesses. So a lot of time, Devin is about the stick and move, and he's consistent with that. He has one of the best jabs in boxing, but he's only fought one southpaw. And that one southpaw was Jojo Diaz, and that one southpaw was able to get in on him very often. That sticking and moving wasn't working as much. He had to fight to get some points at the end of these rounds. He had to really dog it out to make sure that he got some clean punches in, and that his wins was definitive, and that he was getting the rounds. So it was 9-3 on the scorecard. So it was a little bit difficult. It wasn't a shutout like most of the Devin Haney fights. And we can start there. He only had experience with one southpaw. Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, he's had experience with other southpaws, and he's had experiences with traditional fighters, and he had experiences with brawlers and punchers, all across the board, all types of different styles. So Devin struggles with pressure when you can take away his jab. I see Shakur Stevenson taking away his jab, I mean, kind of easy. He's a southpaw fighter. The reach isn't really that crazy. So at this point, the fight's going to turn into who has the better instincts and who's the more compact fighter, who can catch and shoot better, who can judge the distance better. And that's Shakur's bread and butter. When it comes to that, there's nobody in the box who does that better than him. So I see Shakur judging the distance quicker. I see Shakur getting to A and B quicker. I see Shakur making Devin Haney reach and making him pay. And about a midpoint, I see Shakur moving up in points and racking them up. And Devin, he's the bigger fighter. And I see him eventually. I see him reaching for the most part and trying to walk down Shakur. Shakur is going to be in the mid range. He's going to be in and out. And Shakur, in my opinion, he has the more variation of shots. He goes to the body consistently every fight. Devin Haney doesn't go to the body as much. That's been his critique as he's moved up these past couple fights. That's been a big critique for him. He does not go to the body as much. If he did, he would get more stoppages. So that's one thing. Another thing is when it comes to catching and shooting, when it comes to defense, Devin's defense does have some holes. He's eating a lot of overhand rights, and I see him eating a lot of overhand lefts when it comes to this fight, especially in the southpaw. If he eats the straight left from JoJo, I see Shakur Stevenson making a miss. I see Shakur Stevenson feinting, coming in, getting him to react, and then catching him with an overhand left a lot of the time in the fight. That punch is very open for Devin. And a lot of times when Devin tries to catch shots that are overhand, he doesn't catch them correctly and he gets caught. He got caught in the Linares fight trying to catch a shot plenty of times. He also gets caught trying to exchange hooks with people. So Shakur Stevenson's hook game is very strong. He has a very strong right hook. When he sees you trying to out jab him, that right hook comes very, very quickly. So I see him, if he's not gonna back up, then I see him getting caught by that right hook. So in my opinion, man, this is a close fight, but it's the little things that really make this a win for Shakur. Plus, when it comes to who's the bigger puncher, I got to give it to Shakur as well. He's gotten more of the best. When you look at his highlight reels, you see the shots that he's given to guys. You can tell, man, these are some shots that really hurt. He's really putting some mustard on it. He's sitting down in his shots. Devin Haney does not sit down on a lot of his punches. He usually likes to keep it safe, and he wants to hit you. He definitely wants to touch you, but he wants to make sure that he's defensively responsible and he brings his hands back and he's in an opportune position to be on defense so he doesn't get touched. Usually he likes to use his legs to back up, to move around, or he'll just come in inside and grab you to make you reset. That's his bread and butter on defense. On the other hand, Shakur, not the kind of guy you want to grab. When you get into the clinch with Shakur, you're gonna get touched. He's a big boy. You've seen it in a lot of his fights as he moved up, especially in his 130 fights. When people try to clinch him, he's gonna make you pay. So Devin's the guy who likes to initiate clinches a lot in fights. There's nothing wrong with that. It's boxing. I'm not saying he's a runner. I'm not saying he don't have skills or he's running because he wants to initiate a clinch. It's part of boxing. Everybody knows that. I understand that. But when you clinch against a fighter like Shakur, he's going to make you pay. He's very consistent to the body. Left hooks to the body will be coming fast. He's going for kidney shots. Those will be coming fast. And I see Shakur making him pay every time he tries to come in for the clinch. So when you break down the fight, you have to go off of what are their habits. So if he can't clinch, most likely Devin Haney is going to have to cheat. He's going to have to reach. He's going to have to sell out to make sure he keeps up with Shakur, to make sure he's not being outpointed and not losing rounds. So if he can't, like I said, he can't be consistent with his jab, and his jab is being outmaneuvered by Shakur's jab because he's in a southpaw stance, then he's going to have to reach. And when he starts reaching, that's when Shakur's going to go into his other bag, which is judging distance. He's going to be moving back. He's going to be catching them, making them pay, and doing all kinds of to the bodies and to the top, catching them up top, catching them down low, changing levels. He's going to be coming with a lot of different punches. And Devin Haney, he's very consistent with his jab. He's consistent with his 1-2s, but he doesn't have a lot of variation in punches. He does become samey when you put the pressure on him. And I mean, that's a good thing to have. The jab is one of the most impressive punches in boxing. But if you're totally dependent on one punch, what happens when someone takes that away? And we've seen in a lot of these different fights, when he stepped up with Linares and he stepped up with Jojo Diaz, when his jab wasn't as effective, when he had to fight, he didn't look as strong. He didn't look as impressive. When Shakur had to fight, when Oscar Valdez was jumping in on him and he had to fight, he dealt with that. He banged with them. He banged with Jamel Herring, who's a southpaw as well. He banged with Oscar Valdez, who's traditional. He banged with Kaseka, who's traditional. He banged a little bit with not Alvarado. He banged a little bit with the 130 guys. So when it comes to this fight, I got Shakur. I see him as the fighter who's more active, who has the more dog in him, who's willing to mix it up more. And when these two boxers get in the ring, it's not going to be it's going to be a chess match for maybe the first couple rounds. And when the getting starts getting good, the guy who has the dog, the guy who's willing to take chances, the guy who's willing to throw bigger shots, the guy who's willing to train the other fighter and to get him out of position and to get him frustrated is going to be Shakur. So I got Shakur to win. That's my time.
Already. I smoked 10 minutes, man. Why Devin beating Shakur, bro? It's on you.
Yeah. So Devin and Shakur, this fight is basically a clash between two guys who like to do their work similarly in the sense that they're both out fighters. They're both out boxers. They both like to do their best, their damage from range, right? So Devin being the rangier fighter, being the bigger fighter, but not just the rangier fighter, but also being the guy who has been physically the bigger guy, physically the stronger guy. I think that bodes well for him. That's why I'm fairly confident that in my pick of Devin Haney to beat Shakur Stevenson. Shakur is good, and he the open stance is part of the big reason why Shakur is going to make this as competitive as it's going to be. Right, Devin does not have a lot of experience with left-handers. He's had some guys. There was a guy who switched some. There was Jojo Diaz who's been a champion at 130 like Shakur has. And outside of that, yeah, we just haven't seen him much and a lefty. I think there's one other left-hand guy he fought. But in those fights, we've seen him. We've seen some holes in his game against southpaws, but we've also seen the way that he fights against those guys probably won't be the same way that he fights against Shakur, and namely against JoJo. Back in the day when he was fighting those other dudes, that's when. And I feel like I need to make this point, even though it hasn't really come up, but I think it's important for context. There was a time when Devin Haney was knocking people out. There was a time when he was breaking eye sockets. He had shoulder surgery. Since then, the drops, the stops, they've all but gone away. One of those things, one of the reasons you could say is because the competition went up, and that's a fair point. But I think there's also a fair point to be made that the guy had shoulder surgery, right? So since then, yeah, the drops haven't been there, but what has been there consistently is his ability to gauge range, to maintain range, and to fight his own pace. And I think how strong Dev is on the inside, because Shakur is not even an inside fighter anyway. Shakur is very good at defending a clinch, but that's just to reset and to maintain his own distance. He hasn't faced a guy that is that also likes to fight from the outside to the extent that Devin does, who has an active lead hand. But let's say that Shakur is able to take away his lead hand because of that inexperience in the open stance with a southpaw guy, right? Open stance, for all who don't know, is southpaw meeting an orthodox fighter. So in this open stance, Shakur has way more experience fighting in the open stance because most of his guys he fights are righties, and he's a left-handed fighter. So in that category, Shakur has the edge. However, when it comes to, again, the experience of the better fighters, right? The guys that Shakur has been fighting, they can't really prepare you for a Devin Haney. The one guy that maybe the best guy that he fought that could, Oscar Valdez, who has a pretty good straight right, pretty good lead right. Not the difference between, for all you people who don't know, a straight right is when you don't set it up. If you throw a jab first and it becomes a cross, right? But that straight right, that's called the southpaw killer, right? Devin Haney, while against the southpaw, his lead hand isn't quite as effective. It's not quite as accurate. It's not quite as active. But his lead right becomes the weapon of choice, the weapon that does the damage. While everybody was marveling over how Jojo Diaz made Haney's lead right look like it was a hype job, nobody was talking about how Devin Haney still managed to basically 9-3 the guy, right? On two of the judges' scorecard. I think he got an 8-4 on the other judges' scorecard. But the way that he was able to 9-3 Jojo Diaz was because of that straight right, the southpaw killer, because of the angle of it, the straight punch, the straight right gets to the mark first, right? So when it comes right down to it, when you look at Devin Haney's straight right, you see, okay, what has anybody been able to land this on Shakur? Conceição hit him with it pretty good, changed the complexity of that fight. It made Shakur fight uncharacteristically in that fight after landing the right hand. But the guy who landed it with the most consistency, actually a really frightening amount of consistency, if you were trying to make a prediction for the Devin Haney fight, was Oscar Valdez. I counted in one round, Oscar Valdez threw 5 in a row straight rights and landed 3 of them. From the third round when he first started found out how Shakur was a sucker for that straight right, Valdez was able to land that punch all the way to the end, right? There was no adjustment to it. Shakur Stevenson, he definitely has a reputation built on his defensive responsibility, but I think most people overlook the fact that most of Shakur's fights happened at 126 pounds. Right, the guy has had 4 fights total at 130 pounds, but most of his fights have been at featherweight. Those guys he fought at featherweight are not these defensive powerhouses that I think we can gauge whether or not Shakur's defense is going to be able to hold up against the puzzle that Devin Haney, presents, especially when it comes to the straight right. But the other thing, not just the straight right, the other thing that you want to use against the southpaw, the combination is that right hand, but what's after you do the jab and you do your right hand, you want to come back with the left hook. That right hand, left hook combo also is something that Valdez had really good success with, but not just him. Conceição, that kept him in the fight. As a matter of fact, that it got so bad that the judge had to take a point away because the way that Shakur was holding and bullying him and trying to get out of the way of Conceição's right hand left hook combo that just kept landing over and over and over again. So for me, in a fight where I don't think there's going to be a knockout, Shakur Stevenson, he is, he doesn't have a lot of knockouts. Most of his career was at featherweight. He's not really knocking stuff out at the super feather, right? He had the one stoppage with Jamel Herring, which is was pretty impressive. But since then, nothing. So now moving up to 135, I'd have to see it to believe it. But I don't expect for there to be any stoppage in this fight. I expect it to be a boxing clinic. And if you have holes in your games like this, I'm sure that Shakur's timing is going to make it, competitive. I'm sure that his being a southpaw is going to be competitive at points. But Shakur is no inside fighter. Just because he can fight out of a clinch and not be clinched successfully, all that does is reset it and make him fight from the outside again, which I think favors Devin Haney with the straight right and the right hand left combo to the body anyway. I got Dev winning this fight. Probably 8-4, 8-4, 7-5. A good fight, a close one, especially if you like highly technical affairs. But if you're, like my opponent he started off this whole debate talking about knockouts, how that was the defining moment and why Shakur is this great guy because of knockouts. That's not about to happen. Right? And now you're going to have to outbox an outboxer. A guy who's bigger than you, who has fought better competition than you, not better competition you are, but just faced better competition than you faced, right? And has been in these big fight moments and is probably going to be the guy with all the belt. If they just fight next, he's going to be the A side in this. He's going to have all the belts. He's going to, all of the pressure, all of the onus is going to be on Shakur to have to come in, break that distance. It's going to be on Shakur to come in and make it exciting. And that's not really Shakur's forte. I got Devin being cool, calm, collected, boxing his way to a fairly comfortable victory.
All right, J Nori, you got your rebuttal, man. Go ahead. You got 5 minutes, bro.
Gotcha. So, like I said before, I don't know how all this experience comes into play. He's only had one southpaw on his resume. That's JoJo. So where's all this experience coming from? He only fought in one southpaw. And the southpaw he did fight, I know you guys like to bring up the straight right, but the only reason that straight right actually became a thing in that fight is because of the reach advantage that he had over JoJo. JoJo was squaring up too often in that fight, and Devin used that to his advantage because he had to square up to reach him. Shakur does not square up. He won't need to square up. He will make sure that Dev's lead foot is in the inside. That's his bread and butter. He does that to every traditional fighter who fights in that traditional stance. He never gives up his lead foot. He's very comfortable with that. He doesn't reach. He knows how to make you miss. He knows how to feint you. He knows how to get you to react. That's his bread and butter. That's not Devin's bread and butter. Dev's bread and butter is using his stick to keep you at bay, to train you, and to get you to question how you're going to get to him, to make you desperate, to make you frustrated. That's his game plan. And whenever you get too close, he'll wrap you up and he'll make you reset. And that's nothing wrong with that. That's efficient. But when you're dealing with two great boxers, you're going to need a little bit more. You're going to need to mix it up a little bit more. And I notice when it comes to Shakur fights, he has the bigger bag. His bag is way bigger than Dev. Dev might have the most efficient jab in boxing, but when you're fighting a southpaw you don't have the skill level way above him. You only have a 3-inch advantage over him. You're not gonna just outbox this guy easy peasy, and you're not gonna have the range to your advantage. You're gonna have to shoot with him. And when you have to shoot with him, and he's not gonna be squaring up, and you're gonna have to take chances, I see Shakur winning that. Most people have Shakur as the more skilled fighter. Most people have Shakur as the guy who has the bigger punching power. More people have Shakur as the guy with the better chin. I think he's going to win that kind of fight, and that's what the fight's going to be because he doesn't have the reach advantage on this fighter. So he's going to have to take chances, and he's not. And when he clinches, he's going to have to pay for that. When it comes to Oscar Valdez, who got right hands on Shakur, Oscar Valdez is a combination thrower. He's a brawler. He throws combinations. Devin does not throw combinations. He's consistent with his attack, his jab to the solar plex, straight rights, hooks, uppercuts. He's catching you. He's not a combination puncher like that. He's catching holes. He's keeping his distance, and he's jabbing you up. That's his game plan. He's not throwing combinations like Conseca. Conseca was hitting Shakur with 1, 2, 3, 4s, 1, 2, 2 1s, body shot here and there. He was mixing it up. Same with Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez was willing to jump into the fire, he'll jump in with a left hook to the body and go for a straight right a straight right up top, changing levels. That's not Dev's go-to. That's not his game plan. He has not done that in a lot of his fights. And if you expect him to change up as a fighter because he's dealing with a superior boxer, he's not going to do that. He's going to do what he knows what to do, and Shakur is going to do what he knows what he can do. Both these guys have their own bread and butter. I just noticed that when it comes to Shakur, his bread and butter is something that most traditional fighters, they kind of struggle with. A lot of traditional fighters who have that 1-2, that stick and move, they struggle with slick southpaws. A lot of them avoid slick southpaw boxers because of that. Because when you can't rely on that jab and you got to mix it up and you got to take chances, you don't look as effective.
Jon Nori, you got 1 minute, bro. Go ahead.
Got you. And that's the truth about the matter. I love Dev's ability. I think he's a great young fighter. But when it comes to Shakur, he's more willing to mix it up. You say he doesn't have an inside game, but I haven't seen no inside game from Devin. He throws uppercuts in the mid range. He throws hooks in the mid range, but that's not an inside game. When he gets in the inside, he's not willing to mix it up. And one fighter is, and that's going to go against him because when Devin is trying to hold and reset, Shakur is going to be scoring. When Devin and Shakur in the mid range, Shakur is going to be trying to score. Devin's going to be trying to get his jab in there. It's just two different mentalities. So when you have two fighters with two different mentalities, it's the one who's more aggressive. It's the one who has more of the dog in him. That's probably going to take the win. And I believe that's Shakur. That's my time.
That's time. Right at 5 minutes. Great job. All right, Smoke. 5 minutes, man. Your last rebuttal of the night ended on a good note, man. What you got for your rebuttal? It's on you.
Wow. Where's Dev's experience? I guess the question sort of belies the fact that you haven't really looked at these guys' resumes side by side. You said that Dev has won more championship fight than Shakur. Devin has double the championship fights than Shakur. That's one of the things that he's going to be more experienced in. The other thing is that coming off of, and this is all like assuming that they're going to be fighting next, right? We're looking at Dev coming off of a fight with a guy who is a southpaw. Do I think he presents the same challenge as Shakur does right now? No, he doesn't. But do I think that he is leagues above whatever Yoshino dude that Shakur is about to fight next? Of course he is. What Dev is doing is fighting better guys, better at a higher level, bigger stakes, more skilled guys than what Shakur is fighting. So if when the iron is, the saying is iron sharpens iron, or maybe even steel sharpens steel. It's not steel sharpens, like mud sharpens steel. Like nobody says this. Like the guys that Shakur is fighting is not going to prepare you in any way, shape, or form for Devin Haney. No, they're just not. The guys that Devin Haney is fighting does prepare you for guys like Shakur. Does it mean that does it mean that because he beats Loma, first off, he has to beat Loma, but assuming he beats Loma like he's like favored to do, that would be the kind of experience that would lend itself to picking Devin to beat a guy like Shakur. if Devin is beating guys like Loma and Shakur is beating guys like Yoshino and Conceição, right? That's just it. Like one guy's fighting champions, unified multi-division champions. Another guy's fighting a dude that's never been a champion at all. Couldn't make weight bully that dude. Then go into another one who we don't know who the hell this guy is or who the hell he fought, right? So yeah, that's the kind of experience I was talking about when I mentioned experience. You said that Dev likes to initiate clinches. Like that is a trope that came out of the Linares fight, right? Because when he got hurt in the Linares fight, he clinched in that fight in order to get his cobwebs. In a fight that he dominated and he fought Linares a particular kind of way, I think because he was trying to make it exciting, right? And I think the same thing happened in the Jojo Diaz fight. I doubt he will fight the same way against Shakur, but maybe. Who knows? Time will tell, regardless of whether or not he tries to mix it up and make it exciting and it becomes more competitive in those moments. Both of those fights were pretty much a wash for Dev, right? So the idea that he's initiating clinches, starting Linares fight, it continued on in the Kambosos fight because people needed an excuse to give Kambosos for the way that he got his ass dominated by just a jab. So now they came up with the idea that it was because of Haney's clinching, not letting Kambosos work. It wasn't the uppercuts and the hooks that Kambosos was meeting once he actually broke the distance. But no, it was just the clinching. Okay, fine. So then we go into the Kambosos rematch, and what do they do for the first time in most of our experience? I think to a person, everybody's experience, we had a clinch counter. Never saw it before, haven't seen it since. And not only did they have a clinch counter, they had this exorbitant amount of clinches for Devin Haney, initiating clinches that Devin Haney was not initiating at all. In fact, George Kambosos was the one initiating all of these damn clinches. So really the whole like clinch game, initiating it, whether or not it happens I think is a false narrative to begin with, but it does underscore a issue for Shakur Stevenson. How is he supposed to, at what distance is he supposed to be winning this fight? How is he supposed to, is he supposed to out jab him? Is he supposed to out fight him on the inside? What distance
1 minute, Smokey,
is the
got
distance
1 minute, bro.
that favors Shakur Stevenson? I'll tell you the distance that favors Shakur Stevenson, the outside, the distance that favors his style, the outside. The problem is, in that fight, that his bread and butter, his preference is actually tailor-made for Devin Haney, who is the rangier guy who loves to fight from the outside. And regardless of how many tools you think Shakur has, more so than Devin Haney, the thing that's going to get Shakur the victory against everybody else is going to get him the L, fighting that same way against Devin Haney. Go ahead.
All right, man. That's the debate. Put some hundreds, some hand clap emojis, some party hat shit. I don't know. Choose an emoji that you like and put that motherfucker in the chat one time for our debaters, man. All right, bro. Let's get to the votes. I will have open panel for a little bit after we do the votes and stuff. So anybody want to stay up? We're gonna talk boxing for a little bit, see where it takes us just for a little bit. Maybe another 45 minutes, maybe another hour or something. So anybody want to stay up, anybody want to come up, I will be dropping the link in the chat and we can just all chop it up. Let's go to Phantom. Phantom, who you got winning that round, man?
I think I'm gonna have to give it to Smoke. I think he made a lot more coherent points and was more consistent in the attack with the points Nori was making. And I think just overall he made a better convincing argument as to why Devin, some of the advantages he has physically, his length, his range, what distance the fight will be taken at, and those things are all in his favor. So he was consistent with that, and I think he made a good argument. Give it to Smoke.
King Judah, how about you? Who you get around to?
Man, bro, listen. That one there was rough for me because Nori came out throwing punches at Devin Haney, and I couldn't deny nothing, bro. Every critique he had for Devin inside the ring are the same critiques I have for Devin inside the ring, so he was spot on. But when Smoke came up, he brought up a lot of the same. He brought up not the same critiques, but he brought up the critiques for Shakur. He brought up specific fights where I also saw Shakur getting hit with the streets. You know what I mean? The Valdez fight and the Conceição fight. I still didn't have it for Smoke at that point. But what caught me was the fact that Jon Nori stressed the fact that Devin loves the clinch and he can't help it. And Shakur was so great at fighting in the clinch or out of the clinch. But when Smoke brought up the point that he got so frustrated by Conceição that the judge had to stop him and take a point away, that was paramount to me. Because this guy's supposed to be so great in the clinch, but a guy frustrated him to the point where he had to clinch so much and he got so rough and dirty that he had a point taken away. And for that reason, I gave the round to Smoke, bro.
Man, I'm inclined to agree with y'all, man. I it was a close round. I want to swing it to Jon Nori, but I feel like it'd be me just giving him the round because I like Smoke did give more specific examples. He did bring up that Shakur Stevenson did not like being clinched so bad that he did do that. So I agree with y'all, man. I got it a 3-0 for Smoke, but I thought Jay Nori came up in here against a veteran who done debated a bunch of times on the TKO Debate Series and did more than hold his own. Nah, Dirk, don't go nowhere. See, this is the shit I be talking about. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody on the panel. This dude Dirk asked for a link. I dropped the link. You hit the link, and then you go off. We done, bro. I'm about to let you up here. Get back up here, bro. The link is in the chat. Get back up here, dog. Get back up here. You said drop the link. I don't know what you want to drop the link for, who you want to smoke with or whatever, but I'm an equal opportunity ass whooper, man. So if it's me that you want to debate or whatever it is you want, get on back up here, bro. Get on back up here, dog. Like the link been dropped. What you hop off for, bro? There you go. Yeah, I'm about to let you up, bro. Stay right there. Let me get all these brothers' last words, and then the panel gonna be open for whoever wants. Jay Nori, go ahead and get your last words on your first debate experience, man. What you got?
What's up, man? This was fun as hell, man. Salute to Smoke, man. He a vet out here. To my mob brother, man. He brought a lot of man. He brought that shit tonight, bro. He had me on my heels, but it was a great experience. I'm definitely out here. I'm ready to do some more debates. I'm gonna take this experience and put it into my head and go over it. And I'm definitely going to replay this a couple times and try to work on my debating skills and get better at this because this is definitely a fun experience. And salute to y'all, salute to KL, salute to the judges. This was amazing, and I appreciate the experience.
Already, bro. You can stay up or you can hop off because I'm gonna be talking boxing for a little bit longer. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. King Junior, man, go ahead and get your last words, bro.
All right, I want to start by saying, but this was my first time judging, and it was,
just real quick, King Judah, Rich, I see you in the background too, bro. Everybody that's in the background, I'm letting you up as soon as I get these brothers' last words. So don't go nowhere. You ain't gotta hop off. Everybody gonna get up here. I'm gonna let y'all cook or whatever. But just stay right where you're at. Let me get their last words. But go ahead, King Judah, do your thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this was my first time judging, and I did like this experience, man. It challenged me to try my best not to be biased. And I promise you, I did everything I could. I listened for the facts. And that's what I wanted to say. I want to tell Jay Nori, man, you did a damn good job, bro. Like, I'm telling you, you did a damn good job. It's just that I think, like you said, working on some of your points, if you was more cutthroat and attacked your opponent's points, more concise, then yeah, bro, this would have been a way easier. I just think Smoke is better gear for that attacking the point directly. So don't feel like this was a wash because I think each round was close.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, bro, that second round, Jay Nori, I was like, dog, Smoke left the door wide open for you. You just got to run through that motherfucker.
Yeah, man. I see. I agree with y'all, man. I damn sure forgot to bring up Shakur's joints. I was just so focused on destroying his argument. I totally forgot about that. So yeah, y'all right for that one, man.
I spent a day and a half researching all the people that supposedly ducked Shakur. I was like, wait a minute, I got my points ready.
Let me go to panel.
Yeah, like I feel like I cheated on my wife and she even asked me where the fuck I've been. Like what? I had all these great excuses.
Yeah, man. I went for the double four quattro.
Not to cut y'all off. I got like 3 people in the background. So let me get the Phantom, let me get the Smoke, then let me open the panel. Phantom, get your last words real quick, man.
Yeah, it was my first time judging as well. Like King Judah. Cool experience, and maybe I can get a debate going one day. We'll see. But yeah, let's open it up.
All you gotta do is hit me up. Smoke, man. Last words, bro, in terms of the debate before we start talking this boxing, man.
Yeah, man. That's my master boxing brother. I had to get up in there, but yeah, for all you people who just are talking greasy in the chat, talking greasy about people on the panel, talking greasy about the judges, or the combatant, or the interlocutors, the debaters. Like, yo, don't just feel confident in the chat. hit the link, volunteer. It's a good time, and I think it's educational for everybody involved, whether you're the listener or the person being directly involved.
Already. All right, let me get my brothers up here. We got Dirk, we got Rich, we got my brother Key up in the building. Dirk was here first. Dirk, what up, man?
What up, fellas?
Gary, is that you?
No.
Okay, all right. Talk to us, Dirk. What you got? What you got for the channel, bro? What you asked for the link? You got the link. What you got, man?
Yeah, man. I just want to talk about this fantasy matchup because that's what it is at this point. Look, I don't see what people see in Devin Haney. I think he's a talented young fighter. I'm be honest with you. Like, it's like, look, Shane Mosley was a good fighter. Floyd was a special fighter. That's how I look at Shakur and Devin Haney. Dev is a good fighter, a talented fighter. Shakur is a special fighter. I don't think Dev really does anything better than Shakur at all.
Okay.
Maybe you could say the jab, but even that is it's null and void because in the mid range, I think Shakur is better in the mid range. He's definitely a better fighter on the inside. Dev's inside game is basically just a clinch. We've never seen Dev, and look, you can't outbox everybody. It's gonna be a fight eventually where you got to get into a phone booth and you got to fight your way out. We haven't seen Dev how to do that yet.
Nah, I respect that. He ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody that's made him do it. I ain't saying he can and can't, but ain't nobody put him there yet. You feel me?
Exactly. And as skilled as Floyd was, best defense ever, all that shit, he eventually ran into people that put him in a dogfight, like Cotto. What's that dude's name? He's a coach now. Black dude.
Madonna put him in a dogfight.
Madonna. Yeah.
Shane
so like
knocked his ass out in the second round.
Yeah.
What you call it? Castillo, the first fight. That was a little tricky for Floyd.
Yeah, you can't just outbox everybody with a jab and use distance. Like eventually you gotta show other parts of your game, man. That's why I'm not that high on Devin. I don't think he's a complete fighter.
Already. Rich, what say you? What up with it, Rich? The homie in the building.
Yo, my boy Knockout Blood. I'm starting to feel some type of way, man. I see everybody else got wrenches. I ain't got a wrench, man. I'm going.
Drop a comment, bro.
I'm Richard Boyd, man.
I don't never see you drop comments. You just always hit the link, but drop a comment.
Nah, bro. Richard Boyd, that's my name on YouTube. That's my full name. Yeah, man.
All you had to do is say this Rich. I don't know you by Richard, bro. I don't know you by Richard.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Richard, man. But nah, yeah, man. It was a good little debate, bro. I think where bro really fumbled the bag at, bro, was not like in that second round, like he and the first round bringing up the amateur shit, but in that second round where he didn't bring up all the niggas that obviously was ducking Shakur. He kind of like he fucked himself over with that, bro. Like it's plenty of niggas that I would have said that Shakur is most definitely one of them niggas that niggas ain't trying to fight, bro. But other than that, it was
like three niggas. It was three niggas ordered to fight him at 135. They were like, nah.
Yeah, nah.
And then Jamel Herring had it in the contract, bro. I done seen the motherfucking contract because they post that shit. He had it in the contract that if you beat Carl Frampton, you have to fight Shakur Stevenson, and he tried to fucking duck him. Oscar Valdez ducked two motherfucking divisions, bro. Oscar Valdez saw Shakur his mandatory at 126. He said, nah, I'm good. Then Oscar Valdez became champion at 130 when Shakur beat Jamel Herring. Remember, Oscar Valdez was trying to fight motherfucking Navarrete, bro. They was trying to bring up Navarrete. The only reason Shakur got that fight was because Bud Crawford filed that motherfucking lawsuit, bro.
Facts.
And when Bud Crawford filed that lawsuit, that's what got Shakur to Valdez fight. I'm waiting on Jon Nori to just swing them motherfuckers left and right. And he ain't say none of that shit. I'm like, damn.
That shit left my brain, bro.
With that being said, I honestly rate both of those guys as boogeyman, bro. Maybe not at 135, but no, yeah, I'll rate both of them dudes as boogeyman. Ain't nobody really trying to fight both of them niggas, man. But other than that, man, great debate.
Bro. That's why the questions, bro, I try to phrase them in a way to where it's debatable. Like I don't try to have no one way ass.
Hell yeah.
Where, you know what I'm saying? When I'm giving somebody a huge fucking advantage, like if I say, who's the more proven fighter at 135 pounds? That's some bullshit.
That's silly.
That's some bullshit. I'm not doing that to nobody. So I thought it was a great question because I could argue either way. And
Really,
I just thought
really
J Mo.
all them questions. Really all them questions is great, bro, for sure. And I'm gonna let you take it around, bro. But I want to get into that conversation about that word ducking and using the word with Devin and ducking anybody. So yeah, I want to get into that. Let's get into that
Yeah, we got
once
it.
you
We
bring
got
it
it.
back
My
around.
brother Key from Everything Boxing, my bro in the building. What up with it, Key?
What's happening with it, man?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. Let me catch your super chat. Then it's all you, homie. A resilient dad with the $10 in the super chat says tapping in from the Bay with much respect. I appreciate that, bro. And when I watched my playback of BFTB beating me last night in our debate, I saw that you had dropped a super chat that I missed, bro. So thank you for that super chat last night as well. I knew you'd be back in the building showing love, and I wanted to let you know I caught it when I watched the playback last night. And I appreciate you, bro, for always coming through and showing some love to the channel. Go ahead, Key. It's on you, bro.
Yeah, man. Good debate. Good debate. I mean, both of them then got ducked. You know what I'm saying? I rock with both of them fighters. Both of them then got ducked. Well, I mean, come on, man. Clearly, Shakur Stevenson is the one that gets ducked the most. I mean, you could just go down the list. You could start with Josh Warrington. You know what I'm talking about? Way back at 126. You could go to Oscar Valdez was ducking him, didn't want to fight him at all. You could Navarrete ducked him. He didn't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Pitbull Cruz, Williams Zepeda,
Cambosis.
George Cambosis. I mean, come on now. It's clear that Shakur Stevenson is the one that he didn't got ducked by everybody. You can name a couple names. I mean, with Devin Haney, I mean, you know, but not like you can Shakur Stevenson. Real
I
talk.
ain't gonna lie. Are you
Then,
sure about that though,
Let
big?
him, let, let him, let
I'm
him, let
still
him finish.
talking.
Let him
I
finish,
thought I
Rich,
was
and then
still talking.
yeah, let him finish, Rich, and then y'all open, y'all good. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Key.
yeah. Now, as far as you know, who will win the fight, I mean, we don't know. They got to fight each other, right? But if you look on paper, to me, I agree with what my man said. Like, it ain't nothing that Devin Haney really do better than Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is the better all around boxer. To me, you know, he got more power. Ain't none one of them got like just devastating knockout power like Tank, but Shakur. Well, I don't know. We got to see what he do at 135, right? But at the lower weight division, to me, he had more respectable power to where he was hurting people. He just, you know, wasn't finishing everybody, right? Also, I mean, we know who got the way better inside game. We know who got the way better game in the mid range, you know. And I hear people saying, "Oh man, Shakur Stevenson, he don't got no footwork." He got to have footwork to have defense like he got. He be right in front of you, use the angle, make you miss. I mean, he do a lot of shit. He get hit way less than Devin Haney, you know. And like I said, I'm not trying to shit on Devin Haney, but it's a lot of shit that you can see that Devin Haney do wrong. You know, he loop his punches, he throw wide punches. He, like I said, when you look at the defense, Shakur got better defense. He get hit less. So I think Shakur is all around better in every area. They both got good jabs. Devin Haney got a hell of a jab. Then Shakur Stevenson got a real good jab. The only area you could say maybe is Devin Haney got a better jab because he used it more. But other than that, he don't do nothing better than Shakur. And fight I want to see, I love to see. Think it'll be a great fight. But I got Shakur without a shadow of a doubt right now. Now, maybe in the future, you know, Devin Haney, I might have to change to Devin Haney, but because we know he disciplined, he worked hard in the motherfucker, just like they both do. But Devin Haney has the ultimate discipline. So in the long run, that might shoot him past Shakur. But right now, Shakur better.
Okay.
Already. All right. So the panel open, bro. We good for the smoke. Let's all be grown. We talk about whatever topics y'all want to talk about, but talking over each other, cussing each other out. Y'all know I got love for all y'all. I ain't trying to mute nobody. All that shit. Let be grown. I wanted to go to Rich though to open up the open panel. Rich, what was you saying about Devin Haney and the word duck that you said you wanted to talk about, bro? Talk to me. Rich, you there? You on mute, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Take it to somebody else right now.
All right, go ahead. So what I want to talk about, bro, is something that we ain't talked about on the panel in a long time, or at all, really. And I seen this. I was gonna make a video on it, but I haven't yet. I still may do a video on it. But Tank Davis, bro, he said that Devin Haney come in. He say something about like Devin Haney shoot up to 24 pounds over 135 when he fighting. He can't even, you know what I'm saying, do a nose, like cause nobody have a nosebleed. Or some shit that he put on Twitter. And I think he took the shit down on that tweet and delete shit that y'all know I hate, bro. Is Devin Haney a weight bully? I know what I think. But I want to get what y'all think. In no particular order. It's open for anybody to answer.
Hell no.
Is he a weight
Hell
bully?
no. No, he ain't no weight bully. If he get on the scale and he can make the weight, it ain't no such thing as no damn weight bully. Because these dudes that's struggling to make the weight and somehow they make the weight, they hurting themselves. If you ask any fighter, it makes them weak on fight night. They hurting themselves. So there ain't no such thing as no weight bully. If you can make the weight, make the weight. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see big dudes pass out trying to make the weight and then come in on fight night and don't even look like the same fighter because they struggle so hard to make the weight. I don't think it's no weight bully. That's the rules. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. The rules is if you get on the scale, you make the weight. Whatever you got to do, as long as it's legal to make it, you make the weight. It is what it is. Other than that, some of these dudes, you might be taller, you might be shorter, but you see a lot of shorter dudes, they walk around bigger than a taller dude or whatever it may be. So, I mean, nah, man, I don't believe in that weight bully shit. Never have.
Anybody else got a different take or something to add to it?
Not on that, but I mean, I was trying to go after my boy. Everything boxing went about Devin and Shakur about the
talk to me. Go ahead, Kendra, talk to me.
I disagree that Shakur have the most power, and the reason for that is because Devin have a higher KO ratio. He got KO of the year, which I never seen Shakur do, and he also is on record for breaking the orbital bone of Abdullayev. Not only that, according to my boy BFTB, not my sources, but his, I just go off what my brother tell me, only he can verify.
No, you gotta go off of your own stuff. I need you to go off of your own stuff.
I mean, we all know him. He can
verify.
Nah,
we can't say such and such. We gotta go off the information that you know.
Well, I'm gonna stick to what I was saying, that he got a higher KO ratio. He got KO of the year, and I watched him with my own eyes break Abdullayev orbital bone. So I believe he has the more power. That's what I believe.
I got you. Key, you go ahead and respond if you want to, bro.
I mean, that's his opinion. I have my opinion. We ain't now one of us got hit by neither one of them, but I mean, I don't really have nothing to say. I'm not finna argue with him about that. Like, we really don't know, but him having a higher KO ratio, that really don't mean shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when was the last time Devin knocked out anybody that was credible?
You don't gotta go that far.
Hold on. And Shakur Stevenson, he ain't knocking out no killers. So I mean, I'm just going off about the opponents that we've seen them fight recently. And Shakur, to me, he looked like that he has more, respectable power. He looked like that he hurting his opponents more. But like I said, I mean, that's not really an issue because when they fight, I don't see it being a knockout anyway. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. I see it in both. I see it being skill for skill. So, I mean, really, that's not really a factor to me. But, I mean, I don't have no problem with what he said.
Well, Dirk, why don't we look?
I mean, what was you about to say, Dirk? Go ahead.
Why don't we look at when I get a chance?
Let's look at their last three fights.
Go to BF. Go ahead, Dirk.
Look at Shakur's last three fights. Conceição, Valdez, and Jamel Herring. He stopped Jamel Herring. He dropped Valdez and marked his face up. And Valdez commented after the fight that he has good power. And then Conceição had to go to the hospital after the fight. And he dropped all three opponents, I believe. I don't think he dropped Jamel, did he? No. But either way, he hurt his last three opponents. We can't say the same about Devin. So he obviously has some type of pop. So I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Already smoked. Chime in. What you got, bro?
Right. So the idea that that Shakur has been ducked since featherweight. All right. So Shakur came into the division, right? He came into professional at 126, and then he was linked to Mickey Conlan this entire time. Warrington said that he would fight Shakur, but Top Rank was putting Shakur on a collision course with Mickey Conlan. Now I get to pull out my facts that couldn't do it because my man didn't say anybody ducked Shakur outside of Dev. But yeah, this idea that all these people dug Shakur is a fabrication of Top Rank. Josh Warrington never ducked Shakur. When he was supposed to be making that fight. After the Mickey Conlan fight, they were supposed to make the Warrington fight, but the pandemic happened and Shakur couldn't make weight anymore. So the Conlan fight got canceled and Shakur moved up. Like there was no Josh Warrington ducked Shakur Stevenson. I just wanted to put that out there.
Already. BF, what up with it, bro?
What's popping with you, King? Salute to everybody in the panel, man. That was a great debate, bro. It was a great starter debate for the homie. Well, that was Jay Nori, right?
Yeah, it was Jay Nori.
Great starter debate for him, bro. He'll be good back. But Smoke a vet, bro. He been rocking with the vets for a minute, so you already knew what was going to happen with that one. But that was a good debate, bro. But my thing about people we talking about a couple of things. My brother KO, salute to my brother KO. I mean, my brother ETB. He said a couple of things about his opinion, and he's entitled to it. And I just wanted to give you guys a difference of opinion for me. I think Shakur's footwork is not good at all, which is the reason why I believe Tank knocks his head off. I believe Shakur's it's not his footwork that makes Shakur who he is. It's his upper body movement. His upper body movement is phenomenal, man. It's phenomenal. That's why they talk about his defense and blah, 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 because of his upper body movement. He's not dancing around the ring and moving around the ring and stuff like that. It's just all upper body, his waist up. He's very, very, to me, I think between him and Canelo is, in my opinion, are the best upper body movement in all of boxing. His upper body movement is tremendous. He can move himself so small ways to get himself out of getting hit and stuff like that. So I don't really necessarily look at this man's footwork because I literally watch his fights and watch his feet and see where he moves. He's not moving around. He's not positioning himself in certain ways to get to this and get to that. It's all upper body movement. And we talk about, a lot of people talk about inside fighting and they talk about that, but you inside fight if you have to inside fight, if someone puts you in that position. If you don't allow it with your ring IQ, then you don't have to inside fight. If you got the range to keep, if I have the ability to keep you at distance, then I'll just keep you at distance. I mean, I'll just keep you at distance. I don't understand what anybody's going to do with that. You're going to rush me, then I'll step back. Then you rush me, I hold you. Then what? Then the referee breaks it up, and I just repeat what I just did. So I mean, and I'm not saying it's impossible for someone to get inside and fight Dev on the inside. I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not saying he's unbeatable. But what I am saying is the man puts people in positions where he wants them to be. You look at the Linares fight. No one talks about any rounds in that fight except for when Linares hit him because he wanted to mix it up. We don't talk about no other round, bro. He embarrassed that man for multiple rounds. Don't nobody talk about no other rounds with Gamboa. None of that. Matter of fact, they don't talk about no rounds with nobody except for Linares. That's the reason. One of the reasons why they call the man boring, because he puts you in positions that he wants you to be in. And again, I'm not saying he's untouchable. I'm saying motherfucking young Roy Jones, no shit like that. Nah, he just puts you in positions. He's very good with mastering the distance. He's very good with it. And I fight you. And like ETP was saying, like he does looping shots. He does. You're right there, bro. You're right. And I don't think his looping shots are the fastest, and I wouldn't recommend him doing that shit a lot. But he gets away with it, and I'm not going to say he gets away with it with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Majority of what he does the greatest for me is his jab, and he can win a fight with straight jab. He don't gotta do everything else. His bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? So I think that and that fight with Shakur, I think is going to be a good fight. I got Dev winning. I don't care when they fight. I got Dev winning. I just think Dev is he's just better than him. I just think he's better. There's no shade. Nobody, anybody, y'all have y'all opinions. I just think he's better. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Shakur fight Oscar Valdez, and we so like the excitement part of it, right? The mix him up, bang, bang. But yeah, but that mix him up, bang, bang, that's how Dev got clipped the one fight. I've seen Shakur try to, slip and shot. But what happens when you fight somebody that you can't slip that with? Then what? Like the homie was saying, Smoke, you talk about the level of competition, bro. These guys we don't even know what he's going to do at 35. We can expect and believe, but we don't know. This guy, Hung Chung Fu, he might put the flu flops and the egg foo young on this man. We don't know.
Say his name again. What's his name?
Hung Chung Fu, bro. That's that egg foo young dude, dog. That's that duck sauce dude. But that's all I want to say about
I
that.
already. Hey,
Well,
you
BF,
say you want to respond? Oh,
BF,
go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna ask you
B-
want to respond before I go to Rich. Go ahead, Key. And then before you go, Key. Hey, John Doe in the background. You got a shiesty ass name. Like your name John Doe, bro. Like you gotta put your camera on or something, bro, so I can see your face. Then you can turn it off. Okay, you good, John Doe. You good. The name threw me off, bro. You good. You can turn your camera off. You come on up. I got you. All right, Key, go ahead, bro.
Now I'm just gonna say, that's his opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not here to shit on Devin Haney because I fuck with Devin. You know what I'm saying? I think he a hell of a fighter. You know, I just think he has right now he got more flaws than Shakur do. When I look at Shakur, it's hard for me to find flaws in his game. You know what I'm talking about? He more
Yeah.
polished right now. But I know one thing, right? And I know that a lot of these dudes talk, but I know one thing. If they do fight, I can holler at BFTB and we can get some money on this. You know what I'm talking about? And I know he'll be down for it. So I
Mhm.
hope they do fight
I hope
because
they.
Hey, can I respond to BFTB
I
real
would
quick
love
after
I
he's
would
done?
love to take a few dollars from BFTB if they do
So,
fight.
so
Hey,
can I
hey, I
can I
hope,
go
I
back?
hope, I hope y'all get it in, cause I'm still waiting on. Oh, but I forgot what he called himself. He was one time for the one time or whatever. Last time it was like Monday or something. He done ran off. I ain't seen him since. He was trying to talk about he was trying to bet on some crazy shit. He said Loma gonna stop Devin or something. Everybody was trying to get
Yeah.
his money. He
Hey,
ran off.
Man,
hey,
Everybody was trying to get his bread. Hey, before I go to you, Dirk, I gotta go to Rich. Rich wanted to bring something
okay.
up about ducking. Rich, go ahead, bro. What you got, man? Rich, you there?
Yeah. So I
Nah,
got
you
two
good.
things.
Go
I
ahead. It's
first
on
want to
you, bro.
uh, I first want to second what one bro said about the power thing. I mean, yes, for surely Shakur came with a stoppage in one of his last three and knockdowns in two of his last three. But these are against obviously smaller guys, and I seen them as flash knockdowns, except for maybe the Kansei one. The Kansei one was a body shot knockdown, but still, dude wasn't really hurt because right after that they was just back to fighting like the whole fight went. And Devin is on record breaking orbital bones and winning knockout of the year. I'm not seeing that type of shit from Shakur. And if we want to say the knockout of the year was against, who that breaking Zairo Abdullah's orbital bone is big. Zairo Abdullah is still ranked in the top 10 in the W. Actually, I think he's the silver champion in the WBC after Devin broke his face. So he's finna be in line for a title shot. So
Shit,
I
he
don't
knocked out
see.
Linares recently, like
Oh
last
yeah,
year,
yeah.
a
He
year ago.
Linares,
It's
and I don't
last
care
year.
what nobody say. Linares is a great win for anybody at 135, especially when Devin beat him up. So I don't understand what niggas be saying. But then
Man,
I
Rich, I can't
I'm
let
also
that one go. That nigga got knocked out like 5, 6 times, bro. He ain't no great win no
nah
more,
he
bro.
no he's been stopped 5 6 times, but he's never been outboxed. And I ain't gonna lie, Linares is a three-weight champion, two-time lineal champion. I ain't gonna lie, he's no joke. I won't say now. See, Zaire Abdullah stopped him. So I
I mean,
guess
Tony
not
Harrison ain't
now.
never been outboxed, but I mean, we still like if Tony Harrison getting there with Sebastian, well, if he getting there with Sebastian Fundora, if you
That's
put
a
Tony
bad
Harrison
day.
in there with motherfucking Jesus Ramos, like he could be outboxing them for like 10 rounds. The moment they just blow on his chin, that shit over with, bro. So
But
I
look,
mean,
knockout. I'm not
go ahead.
saying that Linares win to be good for somebody like Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney today. It wouldn't be that good of a win. But for a
I'm
nigga
talking like
like
a
Zarar,
Keyshawn, Abdullah Mason,
yeah.
motherfucking
That'll
Murphy.
be
I
a
got you. Go
great
ahead. I
win.
got
That's
you. Yeah, I got you.
they should be calling for fights like that. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm also here to dispel this notion, and it's another thing that Jay Nori had kind of fucked up on. Not only did he drop the ball on not bringing up the dudes that duck Shakur, he brought up one nigga who actually is not ducking Shakur, and that's the champ. Devin, I just heard Shakur Steve. First of all, I was on H Money panel when Shakur and Devin and Bill was on there talking the shit in the whole shit, bro. And I didn't hear no notion of Devin Haney backing down or anything like that. As a matter of a fact, that's why I think the narrative is so crazy because as far as I recall, Bill Haney and Devin Haney, well, really Bill was the one bringing in the fighting words. I remember shit being pretty respectable and diplomatic between both sides until Bill brought up the fact that he felt like his son would beat bro ass. And I have never heard anybody say they would beat Shakur ass or even anything of that sort, and Shakur not jump on their head. So, and I do remember that happening that day. And also, I've been watching. I'm a big Shakur Stevenson fan. Feel what I'm saying? I'm watching all his interviews and the shit. I've been hearing them recently. While it's a narrative on the internet or whatever the fuck that Devin is ducking Shakur, I've been hearing Shakur saying he don't know if he want to chase the legacy in the
Like, you
winner
too.
between Loma and Devin, or the fame with the winner of Ryan and Tank. And somebody could tell me if I'm lying, but I didn't
You're
heard him
not.
say that
Nah,
in
you
two
telling the
past
truth.
interviews. So I don't understand where niggas is coming from. Like I said, I'm a fan of the sport and I'm a fan of both dudes because I know the goods when I see it, and they both got the goods. But enough with the narrative boy shit. You feel what I'm saying? Let's keep it facts on this motherfucker.
Nah,
Devin
I'm
ain't
with
ducking
you.
shit. I'm not
I'm
saying
with you.
Shakur ducking
Devin ain't
shit
ducking
either.
shit. Devin ain't ducking him, and he ain't ducking Devin shit. They both said the
Yeah,
same
nah.
thing. I mean,
Both
but
solid
I got you.
niggas, and we got to keep it there. But
Hey, but
somebody else said
who
something.
you rock with? Who you rock with more, Rich, Devin, or Shakur?
Oh no, I'm from the town, so
I already know. I was
I'm
making
on
you
my
say that shit. I already know.
nah. Don't get me wrong, nigga. I'm picking Devin regardless. I ain't gonna lie. I think Devin is the longer fighter. I think both of them, their best suit is outside fighting, and Devin being the longer fighter and the fighter with the better feet. See, BFTB, he spoke on it. Shakur Stevenson, his upper body movement is damn near perfect. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't know. Devin is long as shit, and he has a beautiful straight right. Smoke brought it up. You got the cross when you follow it up with the jab, but when you shoot that bitch as a lead, that's a straight right, and that nigga Devin does that, bro. So I got Devin winning the fight, but I'm not saying he gonna beat him like he be beating up on all these other niggas. And even if Shakur win, it'll never go down the way these niggas think it do. I think a lot of niggas is deluded and they whole analysis of the shit because they don't like Bill or some weird shit. But I'm gonna digress, or not digress. I'm gonna let somebody else go ahead.
All right, bro. Dirk, you had wanted to say something. Then I'm gonna go to BF. Let me stir the pot and give y'all something to think about, bro. You can have your Shakur Stevenson. You can have your Devin Haney. You can have your, if you like Keyshawn, you know what I'm saying, your Tank Davis. The only person that I got over all of them is Abdullah Mason. Go ahead, Dirk. It's on you. Go ahead.
That was
Go
a
ahead.
blasphemous statement, knockout.
Hey,
But
whenever he get his opportunity, come back here and we can bet. I'm telling
he
you
cold
right
though.
now.
Abdullah is cold. He 5'9".
I told y'all ass about Jesse Bam Rodriguez like damn near 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
Damn
he
near 2
nice.
years ago. I'm telling you right, bro. I'm telling you right now, Dirk. I'm telling you, bro. They better catch him right now. Like right now, bro. If the man get to his 20s, he gonna be about 23, 24. Them niggas gonna be like 28, 29. He gonna be knocking on their door. They ain't gonna want to answer that motherfucker, man.
I mean, you got a
Well, let
point
me ask you
because
something, knockout. All
Go
I
ahead.
want to know is I like Abdullah Mason too. All I
Yeah.
want to know is do they got a plan for Abdullah Mason? Do they got the blueprint? We got a plan for Abdullah. That's
I
all
hope
I want to
not, bro.
know.
Listen, I hope not. Listen,
I
he
hope
is
they ain't got
right.
no plan for him.
I
Real
hope not.
talk.
He is right where he needs to be. And this is what I've been pushing over here, bro. Like Frank Martin and Michelle Rivera, they set the tone for me, bro. It's too many of them motherfuckers over at Top Rank, bro. You got Raymond Muratalla, you got Carlos Valdez out there, bitch. You got Keyshawn Davis, you got Abdullah Mason, you got all these niggas over here, bro.
Emiliano.
Why they can't fight each other, dog?
You
Let
got
me ask you this:
Emiliano Vargas.
when do you
So
think
that way, if
Abdullah
you
Mason
buy,
is going to fight one of the four
hear
kings?
me out, y'all. Hear me out. If you Bob Arum, you don't like promoting motherfucking minorities anyway. So just give yourself one motherfucker to promote. Make them all fight each other so you can see who is really worth your motherfucking time and see who you need to push. And I'm telling y'all right now, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I hear what everybody's saying. Two amateurs, when they were about 17 years old, two amateurs sparred Shakur Stevenson. One of them name was Keyshawn Davis, the other one name was Abdullah Mason. After Keyshawn Davis sparred Shakur Stevenson, they said, yeah, bro, good luck in the amateurs. Go win you some championships, try to get your Olympic gold medalist. We'll see you in a few years. When Abdullah Mason sparred Shakur Stevenson, they said, hey, yeah, we need to go ahead and sign you right now, bro. We gonna sign you directly from sparring Shakur Stevenson. We need you to go pro right now. You ain't got to be amateur no more. So just sit on that shit, think about it for a minute, and just imagine what might have happened in those sparring sessions that would make them want to sign Abdullah Mason immediately. But tell Keyshawn Davis, go ahead and keep going, young man. You can go to the Olympics and do all that extra shit, but we need this young man to turn pro at 17 years old. Just think about that shit. Go ahead, Dirk.
I think he has a crazy frame. He do got a crazy frame. 5'9", 75-inch arms. That's crazy to me. I ain't gonna lie. I think I like Abdullah Mason against everybody too. So I'm gonna have to second him on that one, most definitely.
He don't even got his man strength yet. He 18.
I mean,
he knocking people out.
I ain't gonna say all that right now. I mean, I like him. I think he's gonna be a hell of a fighter, but I ain't finna say right now he beats everybody.
He gotta see the shit. He ain't.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't finna say all that right now.
Hey, y'all sleeping on a kid at Showtime named Ashton Sylvie.
Oh yeah, that's another good one.
He good.
Keyshawn and Abdullah Mason. That should.
But say what you were gonna say about the topic though, Dirk. What was you about to say? I went off on the tangent, but I like the young man so much. He won every national tournament at young ages. He was winning Junior Olympics at like 13 years old, youth nationals at 14 years old. He been a prodigy. Like he the definition of a prodigy, bro. Like all these dudes that be like, oh, I'm a former Olympian, but they was losing and shit, or I went to the Golden Gloves and shit, but they was losing and shit. He won them hoes, bro. Every motherfucking time that he was in them bitches. Like he a true prodigy. He knocked the dude out last week with like a 2-inch hook, bro. I don't know if y'all watched the undercard last week, because I watch all them hoes. In the preliminary top rank card, bro, I'm talking about where my microphone is. The dude lunged in over his front foot on him. He threw a little check left hook. I mean, check right hook. I swear it was from like right here, bro. From right here to my microphone, barely any room, and just knocked his ass out just like that because his form so perfect, his leverage so perfect, his feet, like, bro, he different, dog. But go ahead, Dirk. What was you gonna say on the
So I wanted to respond to BFT's saying that Shakur. I don't know if he said he don't have good footwork or it's not better than Devin or both. But no, Shakur does have good footwork. He just doesn't really use it because that's part of his genius. He has such good distance control. He don't really got to move around the ring like some of these other guys like Devin or, these other so-called slick fighters. Mm-hmm. So like he's mastered distance where he can stay in the pocket and make you miss. And as soon as you miss, he punishes you for it. So that's what makes him special. And when you have that type of style, because it's only very few people that can do that. He's the only one that I know that can do that. And when you use that style, it doesn't use up that much stamina or energy. So that's why you never see him get tired. Because it takes a lot to move around the ring like that for 12 rounds, like the way Caleb Plant and Devin Haney did. Well, Devin Haney Devin Haney is a perfect example of that. Like I disagree with his point where he says that Shakur doesn't have good footwork. He does. He just doesn't have to use it. So, yeah.
I got you, but it's kind of like, so saying he got good footwork and don't have to use it's kind of like when people say Devin Haney, he don't have a good inside game, and then Devin Haney.
No. That's different. It's like you saw with Caleb Plant and Benavidez. Caleb Plant has no inside game. His inside game was to clinch Benavidez.
Yeah, I ain't say Caleb Plant. I said Devin Haney.
You talking about Devin?
I'm saying the same thing. Both of them dudes don't got inside game.
On the inside.
But we can't in one breath. So here's my thing, and I hear you, but we can't in one breath say, oh, Shakur Stevenson got footwork, he just ain't showed it. But in the next breath say Devin Haney ain't got no inside game because he ain't shown it.
But he has shown it though. He has shown it.
I had a dude come on my panel yesterday and argue me down and told me that Shakur Stevenson is a runner. I don't know if y'all seen that shit. Dude was arguing me down, telling me Shakur Stevenson, all he do is run. He a runner.
Yeah, and knockout. The only time when he fought the African nigga.
I'm gonna pass to you, Dirk. The only time I can say that Shakur Stevenson used any kind of lateral movement was in the Nakatila fight.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Nakatila and that Mexican dude that he was smashing his sister.
But I also seen Shakur Stevenson beat up Felix Caraballo on the inside. I ain't never seen Devin Haney do that.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. He's a complete fighter.
Yeah, the thing about Shakur is, bro, that was a crazy take. That was a crazy take. Whoever went on your channel and said that, because most people who know boxing know that Shakur, he's proficient at staying inside of the pocket almost and making you miss. Shakur don't have to run. He don't have to run from you to make you miss.
Right.
But to your point, Dirk, I agree with it and kind of disagree. Like I agree that Shakur is the only one doing it at the level he doing it at. But there's plenty of people that's fighting that way to just try to make you miss, make you pay, use distance control. Matter of fact, all them people out of his camp try to fight like that. So all the people that sparring
Shushu
with him,
Carrington.
you know what I'm saying? Bruce Carrington, Keyshawn Davis, they try to do that shit too. They try to
Yeah.
fight like that. You know what I mean? So it's other people fighting like that. We'll see if they can be as proficient at it as Shakur is against high level competition. But it's some people that's trying to pick up on that where, hey, I'm gonna stay in the pocket, I'm gonna roll your shit a little bit, I'm gonna pull back on your shit a little bit, but I'm not gonna go nowhere because I want to make sure I'm right here to fire off on you. So it's dudes doing that. It's just he doing it at such a high level, and he kind of was the one that came in like older than them and the one that kind of made that shit popular. And now that everybody is kind of sparring with them, they all going to work over there with Bud and shit a lot. They all kind of coming back with similar styles and kind of fighting the same and shit. So
Yeah. And one last point. So we all know Stephen Fulton, for example, he knows he can jab and move laterally just like Devin Haney and a lot of these guys. But when he fought Figueroa, he was forced to fight on the inside. But he showed that he knows how to fight on the inside. What's going to happen when Devin Haney runs that type of fighter?
We don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I prefer fighters who are complete fighters. Fulton is a complete fighter. Boots Ennis, to me, is a complete fighter. Shakur Stevenson is a complete fighter. Tank Davis is a complete fighter. I don't think Devin Haney is a complete fighter, respectfully.
I love Boots, bro. I love Boots. I love the talent on him, but I'm not ready to say he a complete fighter when he just struggled to cut the ring off.
He couldn't even cut
Like
the
one
ring off.
fighter
I ain't
straight.
I
Like,
mean,
I gotta see
okay.
it. And again, we say that about Shakur because we seen him fight world champions. We seen him like we can say Boots is the goods, and he looked like he passed every eye test that you can ever have. But to call him a complete fighter when he ain't fought nobody that's gonna really show us that, I gotta wait. Now he get in there with a Keith Thurman, do that to him. Get in there with a Yadinas Ugas, do that to him. Obviously, if he do it to Earl or Bud, then we know what's up. But in
Hey,
somebody like that,
yeah.
then we know for sure.
Well, knockout. I got a question for you. When you have a boxer that has good lateral movement, good defense, and his whole mindset is just to survive the fight and not get knocked out, I'm not even gonna really throw punches like that. I'm just survive the fight. If he has a mind set on doing that, he will survive the fight.
I got you. I ain't mad at that. And but I ain't mad at that. But also, what I saw, why the hell you throwing hooks so far out of position? Your feet so bad, you doing pirouettes and shit when you throwing hooks.
No, you're right. You
You know
try
what I
and
mean?
press
Like,
them
Let
out
me
and
say
shit.
something like.
it's little
Let me
shit
say
like
something
that,
real
bro.
quick.
I'm like, go ahead, Keith.
How is Shakur Stevenson footwork trash? Right? When he fought Nakatila, he went to his plan B because he was like, all right, this motherfucker could, you know what I'm saying? He could crack. He went to his plan B and he fought on the outside and used his footwork to stay away from him and just picked him apart on the outside.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't think
So how is his footwork trash? He don't have no his footwork is far from trash. Now, Devin Haney, yeah, he be on his feet a lot more than Shakur Stevenson do because Devin Haney, he looked to pick you apart on the outside, mainly pick you apart on the outside, use the jab. But, you know, I heard somebody say that Devin Haney don't throw combinations. Well, that's a lie too. Devin Haney throw combinations. Go back to the Linares fight. Go to the second fight with Cambosos.
Was you about to say that he was letting them bitches go?
Yeah, he be letting them bitches fly. So both of them, I don't agree with both of those things, you know. But that's it, man.
I don't think nobody said Shakur
Cambosos
Stevenson
wouldn't go
feet was
nowhere.
ass.
Cambosos wouldn't go nowhere. You got some that argue it's because Devin Haney can't punch. You got some that argue that Cambosos just tough. But Devin Haney lumped his ass up really bad in that fight. I gotta go to the new brother because he left and came back and he ain't got to say nothing yet. John Doe, what up?
What's going on, Kyle? Am I clear?
Man, you sound like you was in a wind tunnel, bro. You sound like you is flying a kite somewhere, bro. Like you sound real windy where you at, dog.
Oh, I'm in the back of the Uber. That's what it is. But nah, man, I just been wanting to get this off my chest for a minute. I wanted to revisit the whole concept / idea of why they not fighting each other. I just
why who not fighting each other? Before you go, why who not fighting each other?
Shakur and Devin.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, first of all, I want to give you a shout out, man. You're doing a wonderful job, man. Great show, great podcast, man. You're doing great things, man. Keep it up.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. So we all know they came up in the amateurs to amateurs together. My suspicion is these guys have made an understanding or made somewhat what you call a pact, probably back when they were kids. Like, yo, all right, this is what we're gonna do. This is when we're gonna do it. I think there's even video footage of them saying, or one of them saying, or maybe both of them agreeing that, you know, they weren't gonna let the public or the promoters or anybody, you know, determine when they fight. They was gonna decide amongst each other when they fought. And what seems to be happening right now is there's this public push for whatever. And it's mostly, you know, the idea generally, or you think, you know, get everybody else out the way, you know, fight all the other fighters, and then, you know, we come to each other. You know, for instance, you got Canelo say he ain't fighting Mexican fighters. You know, he ain't catching as much flack for that, like as these boys have been catching over the past 4 or 5 months. You got Keisha, you got even Shakur saying he won't ever fight Keyshawn. He also it's probably 1 or 2 other people that he probably said he never fight. You know, so I don't see nothing wrong with these guys deciding between themselves, between each other, that they will be the ones to determine when they make this fight. As much as, you know, it seems like the public is currently pushing for this to happen, I feel like they had a plan before they got started, and they're attempting to stick to their plan. But, you know, it seems like another thing is, there was a question posed earlier. It wasn't on this one, but about what's the it was something like which one makes more sense, to fight Shakur or to fight Tank. I think the fight against Tank is a better legacy fight, and it's a money fight. So that fight alone just makes more sense than them fighting each other right now. You know.
Already. Let me see if I can get this right real quick. Shout out to my brother, Contender Regime Boxing. What's up with it, bro? My Dallas, Texas brother in this bitch. What's up, man? Hey, look, bro. So the end of your part, I'm with. Like, I want to be very, very clear, because what I'm about to say, I'm gonna disagree with some of it. But what I'm about to say, I gotta be very clear, because I don't want people like to misconstrue your shit. I agree wholeheartedly. The fight I want, bro, is Tank Davis versus Devin motherfucking Haney. Like, I want that fight more than anything. All right, that is the fight at 135 that they need to make. They need to fight each other next. They both been saying, bumping their gums, that that's the fight that they want next. That's the fight that I want next. That's the one I'm pushing. With that being said, though, the part of what you said I disagree with, bro. These motherfuckers making pacts and shit, and we'll fight each other when we say we gonna fight each other. We gonna do this and do that. Look, bro, I'm not with that shit. I'm not with that. Like, you don't get to just be, oh man, I don't want to fight him right now. I'll fight him later. Oh man, I don't want to fight you right now. We'll fight later. We just agree to fight later on. Nah, bro. If y'all are in the division together and you are the 2 best in the division, if you Devin Haney, if you Keyshawn Davis allegedly, if you Shakur Stevenson, if you all these guys, bro, y'all all at 135 right now. Y'all gonna be at 140 together. Y'all gonna be at 147 together. Why the fuck I gotta wait? What I need to wait for, dog? What am I waiting on, bro? Like, what are we talking about? So what if Devin Haney vacated his belts? He go up to 140, he become champion. He the WBC, WBO. Shakur Stevenson go up and he become the IBF champion. You mean to tell me they ain't gonna unify at 140 because they made a plan together to fight at 147? What if Devin Haney leaves to go to 140 and then Top Rank moves some shit around, let Keyshawn Davis fight for a vacant at 135 and let Shakur Stevenson fight for a vacant at 135? They both in-house or whatever, but they quote-unquote brothers, and so they don't never want to fight each other because they quote-unquote brothers, even though
they've already said they're not gonna fight each other.
Hold on, bro. Even though Shakur Stevenson got like 7 or 8 siblings, bro. Shakur Stevenson got real family members. Keyshawn Davis got like 3, 4 brothers and some shit, dog. But y'all brothers though, like I got love for everybody up here, bro. Y'all is my brothers and all that shit. I got real family too, though. If you know what I'm talking about, like I got real family. That's like for real, like some shit like ain't gonna pop off. So unless your name is Kelvin Davis or whatever Keyshawn's other brother name is, then Keyshawn should have smoke for everybody, bro. Unless your name is one of Shakur Stevenson's siblings that he got, you should have smoke for everybody in and around your division, and that goes for Devin Haney too, bro. All this making back plans and shit to fight each other down the line, nah, bro, I'm not with that. But again, I'm gonna be quiet. Let me be clear though. I still want Tank versus Devin first. I'm only going at this idea that fighters should be able to pick and choose when they go against each other. And some people hate when I do this, but I'm still gonna make the analogy because it makes sense to me. And if you rock with it, you rock with it. If you don't, you don't. That's on you. But I know the shit is sound logic. That's like LeBron James being like, yo, KD, we the two best. We the two best. I don't want to play against your team until we both get in year 7. So every time that our teams play against each other, let's just sit on the bench because we don't want to go against each other until later. We're gonna go against each other on our terms and shit. It's because of shit like this in boxing and so many other things, bro, that the sport ain't where it should be. Because of bullshit like this, bro. Motherfuckers get to make plans and when they gonna be competitive and when they not gonna be competitive, when they gonna fight the best and when they not gonna fight the best and shit. Nah, bro, nobody, like, listen to me. I'm a Tank Davis fan, not even him. I'm an Earl Spence fan, not even him. I love me some Jesse Bam Rodriguez, not even him. I love Abdullah Mason, not even him. Nobody should pick and choose when they fight the best. Somebody being a champion and somebody being good in your division, that's what determines when you should fight them. Not that y'all friends and y'all want to fight later, bro. That's the only part I disagree with what you said, dog.
All right, real quick. My thing is, as long as we keep this same energy, man, because I don't know, I feel like this one is probably escalated because they're literally legit like top 10 fighters in boxing right now. So it's probably, you know what I mean, a little more excitement around the idea. But as long as we keep the same energy, when like you say, when Keyshawn, when he reaches that pinnacle and it's time for him and Shakur, they're in the same division. But I think the idea is, even if they choose to fight, even if you choose to fight your friend, your brother, whatever, your cousin, whatever you want to call them, when you choose to fight them, the idea is to fight them for the most money, not just simply for the entertainment of the fans. If you got a relationship with somebody you hold close and dear, and you asking us to squabble, the idea if we're going to squabble is we're going to do it for the most money. We're going to get the biggest bag. We're not just going to do it just to do it. Look, even another case, for example, is Jamel and Spence. They, for the longest, I wouldn't fight him. Now they saying now if the money is right, so it all comes down to the money, and we got to remember and respect that. Especially, they being from our community. You know what I'm saying? We pushing this idea. They trying to do things how they had already determined. Like when the bag is the biggest, let's do it, which makes sense to me because there's plenty other great fights out there to be made.
Yeah, but the bag is the biggest, bro, when we the two best. So in number one, Earl Ben said he'll fight Jamel. Like
2017.
Jamel just came around. You know what I mean? Earl said he'll fight him years ago. And if you my friend, shit, you either get out of my way or you'll fight me. That's basically what he told him. So that's one point. The other shit is, what makes the bag bigger? If y'all the two best at 135 and y'all fight. And then the loser work their way back up. Let's say it's a great fight. And then y'all both become the best again at 140. Then y'all fucking fight again because y'all the best at 140. That's a rematch. That'll be a bigger fucking bag. And then y'all fight again at 147 because y'all was the two best at 140. Y'all done worked y'all way back up at 147. Y'all the two best again. Now you got big time trilogy fights. And you ain't going to get that if you both wait till you're in your motherfucking 30s to fight each other when y'all both at 147, bro. Or when you forced to fight each other because there's no other options left. The way that you get the big, to me, and I could be dead wrong, bro, but I always believe this. The money gonna come as long as you fighting the motherfuckers that you need to be fighting. The bag gonna be there, bro. Like, as long as you are fighting the best, that means you fighting big time fights. You fighting fights that people want to see. When people want to see shit, what they do? They pay for that shit. They go to the fight. They do all of that shit. So as long as you fight who we ask you to fight, then you good, bro. Like, if Shakur fight Devin and lose, or Devin fights Shakur and lose, they gonna probably get big bags. If Devin and Tank fight each other and the loser comes back and then knocks somebody else out and then they end up fighting again, bro, that's going to be bigger. Fighting more times against top-level competition will always get you more money than fighting more times against lesser-level competition and only fighting top-level competition when you guys reach your peak and you didn't fight everybody else. Nah, bro, the best thing to do is fight them right now, dog. It's to fight each other right now, and that go for everybody. But the fight, just last point, the fight in the lightweight division is Tank Davis and Devin Haney, bro. That's the fight. But the notion that guys get to pick and choose and that it's up to the fighters when they fight, hell nah, bro. That shit is up to the fans and it's up to the sport. The fighters don't come before the sport. The sport should dictate when these guys fight because we say that they the best. If you two are the best, I don't want to see you beating up on everybody else but each other, bro. BF, I heard BF say this and I agree with it. And I know my brother, everything boxing is all about the smoke too. What type of stripes do you get if you on YouTube or you doing something and you just beating up on people that don't belong talking boxing with you because they ain't got your knowledge level anyway, bro? It's the same thing in boxing, bro. You get more props, you get more stripes, and it feel better when you go in there against one of the ones that you know really know what the fuck they talking about. It's the same thing in boxing, bro. Like all that shit is cool. Like Shakur and Oscar Valdez, come on, bro. He 5'4" with a 62-inch arm reach. We knew what the fuck you were gonna do with him. Devin Haney and JoJo Diaz, come on, bro. Like we know what level you on. We know what you're gonna do to him. Devin Haney and Shakur, come on, bro. Tank Davis, Mario Barrios, shit. Even Tank Davis, Ryan to me. You know what I mean? Tank Davis and all these and Rolly Romero, like, bro, come on, we know what's up. But you and Devin know the only way these guys gonna get the respect that they think they deserve is if they fight each other, bro. And I keep saying that shit, but don't nobody want to listen to me. But that's all I got on it, bro. Y'all can pass it around. Anybody else can go.
Yeah, so I had 3 points. One, my brother ETB, salute to my brother E. He said that something earlier about, and I was going to address this then, but my internet jacked up. He said they never saw Shakur. I forget the wording, E, but it was something like you never saw Shakur like in a bad situation or something like that. I forget your words, so don't get me to put
I said it's hard for me to see Shakur Stevenson's flaws. Like when you watch him, it's hard for me to see that he had flaws that stand out. Yeah,
that was what it was. And my thing was, but his flaws was exposed when he fought that Kunta dude. Right? People was looking at him. They was looking at him real crazy in that fight with the Kunta guy, the African dude. He was looking real crazy in that. People were saying he even apologized. You know what I'm saying, for that fight. So I mean, I don't know if and I don't know how you look at that, but I'm just saying that was one thing, right?
I don't look at that as his flaws being exposed. I mean, I didn't see no flaws. He just, you know what I'm saying? He just said that dude could crack and he ain't feel like getting hit by him that night, so he went to a different plan. And he pitched the shutout.
Yeah, he basically went untouched for the rest of the fight.
I didn't see that as a flaw.
But that's what they call Devin a flaw for doing stuff like that.
They might.
Devin got rocked.
You feel what I'm saying, BF? I don't. They do. Right. My flaws that I see in Devin is, you know, him looping his punches and things like that. But other than that, Devin don't have a lot of flaws. He got a few that he gonna fix.
Everybody got flaws, bro. But I feel you. I feel what you're saying. The other point that I wanted to address is that people are still talking about this power thing. And my homie was trying to say the reason why I clicked because he was saying because, you know, BF said something. What BF said is that the guy Liam Parra was supposed to fight O'Hara Davis. The fight got canceled because Devin broke his face in sparring. That's why that fight got postponed. Is Devin broke his face. He fractured his face in sparring. That's a fact. All right. So if the guy, we say the guy can't punch, he fractured a dude's face in sparring. That just happened like in February. So it's not, we saying the man can't punch, but he's fracturing people's faces. And we keep saying he can't punch, but he's fighting people. And no one is walking him down in real fights. So we're saying he can't punch, but if he can't punch, then why isn't anybody just walking him down if he can't punch? If he's so feather-fisted, that notion that he's so feather-fisted, a man who got knockout of the year, a man who's got more knockouts than Shakur got knockouts. You know, that notion that he can't punch is beyond me, and it's crazy because even like as fans say that because you look at the competition, and his competition is Tank Davis, so we can keep it a buck, and we can say that's what we're talking about when we're comparing, saying he can't punch. It's Tank Davis. Tank is a knockout artist. Devin isn't. So that's the comparison when people say Devin can't punch because they're comparing him to a knockout artist. They ain't comparing him to Shakur because he got more knockouts than Shakur. Who they comparing him to if it ain't Tank? So let's clear that up there.
Tank Davis got the best power in boxing, in my opinion. Shit.
Who that, Tank?
Yeah.
I say he's either 1 or 2, in my opinion. He's either 1A or 1B, in my opinion. But that's
I think Deontay Wilder hit harder, but I say Tank has the best power because I think Tank's power was delivered with most skills behind it. But Deontay Wilder, right hand, is the hardest punch in boxing. But Tank Davis' power coupled with his skills, I would rather have what he got than what Wilder got, if that makes sense.
No. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying because it's like the thing where you have raw power. Like people, if you got raw power, I can hit you anywhere and hurt you with raw power. But if I got power and proper punch placement, I'm knocking you out all the time because I'm going to hit you in the right spot with the power that I have. You know what I'm saying? So I know what you're talking about when it comes.
And I'm a better, and I'm a better counter puncher. I got better defense. I can set the shot up better. I don't have to just look for one hand with it. Like I would rather be Tank. Now, if you say you can throw any punch you want, who you don't want to be hit by, well, I think the least favorable punch to get hit by is Deontay Wilder's right hand.
Well, I mean, that's a very, very clear statement right there, bro. But if someone can punch you in your forehead and knock you out, bro, that's ridiculous raw power. That's just raw power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on the statement. You know, but what I'm saying, I'm speaking in reference to the Devin thing, right? Yeah. I'm speaking in reference to that. Like, the man got power. If he didn't have power, people would get in the ring and just walk him down. He'd be on the back foot all the time if he didn't have power. That's not the case at all. And we talk about the fight. I want to see the fight with Shakur. I absolutely do. But I feel like people are not giving Devin his just due. That's what I feel like. And it's an annoyance to me at times. It's like, bro, we claim we want the best, but then we're going at Devin, bro. Shakur just got to the weight class. People, we keep saying the man, he didn't duck. Yes, he did. Yeah, he did, bro. Because that man could have became his mandatory. That everybody on here that knows anything about boxing knows that man was a WBO champion. He could have moved up. He fought Rob Casamigos in a voluntary. He did not have to fight that man. No one was forcing him. All right, so let's keep the facts out there. No one was forcing that fight. He did not have to fight that man. The man said, I want to be undisputed at 130, which is why he supposedly stayed there. And then all of a sudden he gave his belt away and moved up to 135. And then just did an interview a couple of days ago saying that he's a small guy. He's really a 130 pounder. That's what he just said, bro. These are not my words. So if you're a 130 pounder, then why'd you throw your belts away? And if you wanted Devin so bad, or you want the belt so bad, or undisputed, bro, everybody they go at Devin. And I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it back to you, KO. But they go to Devin, right? And they say, Devin, you got undisputed in one fight. Well, Shakur Stevenson could have did the same thing against Devin Haney, correct? You fight Devin, you get undisputed in one fight, correct? I don't see anybody about to bash Shakur for potentially getting undisputed in one fight. I don't see it at all. But you bash Devin for getting undisputed in one fight, which he didn't, because he was a WBC champion, but whatever. Y'all still do that. Shakur Stevenson literally has the ability to fight Devin and get undisputed in one fight. And he threw it away. So y'all can justify that however you want to justify it. That's what he did. Like my brother KO will say to you all the time, you can run with this or run with that, but these are the facts. All right? That's a fact. That's what he did. We know this. So you can call it whatever you want to call it. That's what he did.
So are you saying that he's ducked? So you saying that Shakur Stevenson ducking Devin Haney, or I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. You saying that he's ducking Devin Haney? Huh?
Got it. So my brother says, is he ducking? So drop the ing and add an ed.
So you saying that he ducked Devin Haney?
That's exactly what I said.
Nah, that's false.
Not only that,
that's
no, it
false.
is not false.
That's 1,000% false.
It is not
1,000% false.
It is not false, not even close.
It's 1,000% false, BF.
So let me ask you, who became Devin's mandatory?
He missed weight, so he didn't throw it away. He missed weight. He said he also said, hold on. He said he tried everything to make the weight and he just couldn't make the weight. That's what he said.
The man just said he's a 130 pounder like 3 days ago.
Okay, what's that supposed to mean?
So if you're a 130 pounder, then make 130.
He didn't duck Devin Haney. Ain't no way he ducked Devin Haney. That was made up. That was made up by my brother BFTV. That was made up by you.
It was made up by me.
Never ducked Devin Haney.
So I made up that the WBO champion.
No, you made up that Shakur Stevenson ducked Devin Haney.
Could the
he didn't duck Devin Haney, dog.
Could the WBO champion move up and become the mandatory?
He wasn't a WBO champion. He lost his belt on the scale.
The WBO champion.
He lost his belt on the scale.
This is starting to sound like Canelo and Benavidez.
All right, if we're gonna get into this, okay. Hold on.
Hey,
we're gonna get into
before y'all even go,
get into
I know y'all. Before y'all even go, I know y'all both about all the smoke, and I hate to do this, we gotta wrap it, bro. I gotta wrap it because I got shit I gotta go do. But go ahead. I want y'all to get y'all shit off though. So say what you gonna say, Key. BF, say what you gonna say, Key.
Okay.
And then after y'all get done, I gotta wrap the show though. Go ahead.
All right. So real quick.
That's all I asked. It's one question.
Okay. So real quick, right? Why would he move up? Right? Why would he move up to try to face Devin Haney when Devin Haney was already in the, he was already in the bind with Kambosos. He already had 2 fights. He needed to fight with Kambosos. That shit was already signed and sealed. He had to fight Kambosos.
So
that's what that was.
So what does that have to do with the third fight?
Yeah, he did.
So what does that have to do with the
So why would he move up? So at that point in time, why would he move up and try to petition to fight Devin Haney when Devin Haney was already busy with Kambosos? It makes no sense. Makes no sense at all.
No one needs petition. No one.
Makes no sense at all. Everybody knows that Devin Haney was already busy with Kambosos.
It don't matter. There was a
and then once he got past Kambosos, they already had Lomachenko in the contract for him to fight. It wasn't gonna happen. You know it, and I know it.
That is a lie.
You know it, and I know it.
No, I don't know. It's a lie. That fight did not get signed until last month.
You know it, and I know it. Facts.
What I do know is the fight didn't get signed until last month. That's what I do know.
Like I said, everybody knows that Devin Haney was already busy with Kambosos, and then Bob Arum had Lomachenko on the table for him. Everybody know that, BF.
With the third fight.
Everybody knows that, BF. You change the narrative, it ain't gonna work.
Nothing narrative.
You change the narrative, BF.
What narrative I change?
You changed the narrative.
What narrative did I change?
Shakur Stevenson ducking Devin Haney is your narrative.
That is not my narrative.
It's false. It is a false narrative.
It is not a false narrative.
It's a false narrative, BF.
It's a narrative that you want to run with. No, it is not.
You made that up, BF. It's false.
I didn't. When did I make it up? What's the rules?
You probably made it up a couple nights ago. I don't know when you made it up, but you made it up.
What are the rules? What are WBO rules?
Why are you going to petition to fight Devin Haney when Devin Haney was already sold up? I don't give a damn about what rules you're talking about, what rule book you tried to turn to. We know what's real. Stop playing semantics with me. We know what the real is.
We know what's real. Crawford did it. He moved up.
We know what the real is, bro.
Yeah, that's the real.
I don't know if you woke up one morning and said, okay, I'm going to make a video about Shakur Stevenson ducking Devin Haney. Bro, that's a lie. You couldn't came up with something better than that.
I would love to set up a debate.
I would love it, bro. He don't want that. Because if
you talking about, I don't want what?
You don't want it. Because you make
I don't want what? Because you can make up a narrative.
Show you proof.
You can't show me nothing where Shakur Stevenson ducked Devin Haney. Bro, Devin Haney and Bill Haney wouldn't even admit that.
And I got money now.
You know what I'm talking about? Devin Haney and Bill Haney wouldn't even admit that dumb shit.
Who admit what? What admit what?
Like I said, Devin Haney himself would never admit and say that Shakur Stevenson ducked him.
I don't care. I know what the rules are.
So you know more than Devin Haney himself?
Yes. If Devin
are you the fighter?
Yes.
So you the one that get in the ring and fight for Devin Haney?
The rules are.
Nah.
And you know what they are.
No.
The WBO champion can move up and become the mandatory. That's a true thing. That is not false. That's true. You want to put money on it? You want to put money so the champion can move up? How much?
Like I said, false that Devin Haney, that Shakur Stevenson ducked Devin Haney. That's false. All that other shit you talking about, it don't even mean nothing to me.
Yes, he could.
All that other shit you talking about is some womp, because it means nothing.
That's you.
For real.
In facts,
dust yourself off and try again, because that's the bullshit that came out of your mouth.
What? Someone tell me I'm lying.
For real.
Someone tell me I'm lying. Someone tell me the WBO champion couldn't move up. Anybody. Tell me
you keep saying the same shit, bro. You're not. He's not moving up and getting a title shot with Devin Haney. He's not moving up and getting no title shot with Devin Haney when Devin Haney was already in a contract signed to fight Kambosos twice.
What does that have to do with the third fight?
It has to do everything with everything we talking about. Because now you're making up shit. Come on, man. Stop. Stop the bullshit.
I would love somebody to explain to me.
Stop the bullshit.
With the WBO. I would love that. I would love somebody to explain to me. Because this man
come on, bro.
Couldn't do it. So someone tell me he couldn't do it. Someone validate this man. Validate this energy. Someone validate it. I'm waiting.
Hey yo, let me get in there on this because this it is kind of a reach to say that
it's a good stopping point. Look, man, I gotta wrap the show. Let me get everybody last words. Rich, you was about to talk. Go ahead, bro. What you say? Your last little words. Then I gotta go, bro. Go
All
ahead.
right, I got you. One of y'all, because I watch both of y'all channels, BF and EFTB. One of y'all got to resume this little Shakur versus Devin because this is great discourse. You feel what I'm saying? But
Rich, you think I ain't about to try to set this shit up? I got both their numbers. So,
I'm talking about this specific one because I'm liking everything that everybody's saying. Everybody coming with their own good points, and everybody.
I am too. I got both. These are my brothers, bro. I will ask them if they want it. You ain't got to worry about that.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead and get your last words off on the topic. You ain't got to worry. If you want to see it, I'm gonna try to set it up, bro. I'm gonna try.
And I ain't gonna lie, I won't smoke with anybody spewing any madness about what's the name as well. But
about who? Hold on, about who? About who?
About the whole Devin ducking Shakur shit. You know what I mean? Like that to me that's a total falsehood. And
I don't think either one of them
crazy.
That's my opinion. I don't think neither
no,
one.
I know you don't. I don't think anybody who really paying attention to the sport and ain't biased think that. But it's a lot of motherfuckers out here spewing that. And anybody who's saying that, I'll for surely cook them for free, for nothing. So, but to that's pretty much all I have to say on the last point. I was gonna go in more depth about that whole WBO shit that BFTB talking about because that is a fact. Some would say if Shakur Stevenson really want to smoke with Devin, why not make weight so you can make yourself a mandatory? But at the same time, in order for Shakur to be thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna move up to 135 and I'm gonna call Devin out, but I really don't want to fight him because if I really do, I gotta make this weight. I think it's kind of far-fetched to say that Shakur would put that much thought into ducking him. So I wouldn't go that far, but I will say this for sure. If Shakur did want to be undisputed champ, as soon as he wanted to move up to 135, he could have made the weight. I ain't gonna lie. We all seen what weight drain looked like, and I didn't think Shakur looked weight drained. So that's that. But I respect the hell out of both them boys.
You can't say what he could have done though, my dude, because he said he did everything he could and he could not get the pounds off. So you cannot say what another man could do. That you're not in his shoes.
ETB, bro. He just was in the interview saying how he can make 130.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Y'all know I got nothing but love and respect for all y'all. But I'm really trying to wrap the show. So Rich, bro, I know you all about the smoke and you ready to respond, bro. But just let me get you off. Let me go to King Judah. Let me go to Jon Nori. Let me get everybody off here so I can wrap the show, bro. But I appreciate you. You know you always welcome back, dog.
Yes, sir, sir.
All right, bro. Peace out. King Judah, go ahead and get your last words, man.
All right, man. Great show tonight, bro. You know, I had fun talking to everybody up here, man. I'm a fan of everybody. I check everybody content out. I'm glad we had this talk. But I would be interested to see you pick this up on another day, man. BFTB and ETB, you know.
I'm gonna try. I know they ain't ducking no fade. We're gonna try and get it set up. So I appreciate you. I'm glad everybody interested in it, bro. But shit, man, you know, I gotta get you in the arena too, man. You gotta come on, you got a channel, we'll promote you. We gotta get you in here with somebody, bro. We gotta get you in with somebody. So let me know what's up, bro. But I appreciate you judging tonight, man. You enjoy the rest of your night, man.
All right, bro.
All right, peace out, man. All right, let me go to Jon Nori. Jon Nori, man. First, you know what I'm talking about? First defense, you know what I mean? First time on the stage. Good job today.
Yeah.
Give your last words, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, KO, BFTB, ETB, man. Yeah, this is heating up. I gotta see this debate too, man. I would love to see y'all take the topic we had tonight and run with that and show us how it's really done. I'll pay money for that. So I'm excited for that coming down the pipe. Thanks for having me up here, man. It was my first debate. You know, I gotta clean up some things. I got some things I gotta clean up. I felt good about my performance, but I definitely left a lot of meat on the bone. So I'll come back to that. And as far as this a whole ducking fiasco kind of thing, I never said Devin Haney was ducking Shakur. All I'm trying to say is when it comes to these fighters that we have favorites, I have a favorite fighter too. But when it comes to this ducking talk, we just gotta be consistent, man. Right now, I'm hearing what I'm hearing. It sounds like Canelo and Benavidez Part 2. All I'm saying is if we can't get the Devin and Tank fight, Devin versus Shakur ain't nothing to sneeze at. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all have a good night.
You too, bro. Appreciate you coming through, man. All right, Keith, go ahead and
I
give your
saw
last words, man.
he was there. So I mean, I'm gonna dip out first. I'm gonna dip
All
out.
right, go ahead, BF. Give your last words, man. Let everybody know
I,
what's up.
listen, bro. These two guys on this panel are my brothers, bro. Love them to death. I fuck with them both heavy. You know what I'm saying? We disagree on specific things, you know. And if there's a time and a place for a debate, BF says yes now. All right, so you ain't got to worry about asking me, texting me, nothing. I say yes now. If there's a time and a place for it. If my brother can't do it, it is what it is. It's not a beef with me. We'll get to it when we get to it. We could just agree to disagree and keep it pushing. Either way, it don't matter to me. But you know, BF is not a liar. BF has receipts. BF can show receipts if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? It's very simple for this. It's very simple for me. But it is what it is, man. Much love, respect to my brother ETB. Love him to death. I'll be watching him tomorrow. Much love, respect to my brother my brother KO. Love him to death. I'll be watching him tomorrow, man. Peace and blessings to everybody. I'm out of here, man. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
All right, bro. Peace
Yes,
out.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's how we talk. You know what I'm saying? Me,
Yeah,
Money,
I know.
BF,
A lot of people
how we
don't. A lot
talk.
of people don't know, bro. They
A
don't
lot of
know.
people think we beefing or something because we get to debating, you know what I'm saying, talking loud. That's just how we talk. But yeah, man, great show, great show. Great debate, you know. Jon Nori, you know, you could tell that was his first time, but I mean he gonna get better. You feel me? And yeah, you know about that debate. You know, I don't ever turn down no smoke, dog.
I
So
already
I just
know.
got it. So
That's why when
I got
I
it.
already know. That's why when
You
they
know,
kept asking, I'm like, you don't know who you talk about, bro. Like, don't.
yeah. So
What?
I got to let me look. You know what I'm saying? Look at the schedule when see when the right time to do it, and you know it is what it is, bro.
Yeah,
It's all fun and games to me. This
yeah,
what we
bro.
do. This what we do.
Hey, and bro, that damn, what was it that I seen you drop, bro? Not the Bill Haney one, the one talking about Terrence Crawford and them trolling and shit and all that shit, man. If y'all ain't seen that video that Keon dropped, bro,
Which
go
one
check
was
that.
that? Which one?
The one on Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford that you just dropped, bro. That shit was
Oh.
yeah, that shit was crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
Y'all go check that shit out, man. He live in the afternoons every day, man. Y'all go sub up to my bro and give him all the love and respect that he deserves, man. I appreciate you pulling up, Key.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Knockout. Keep doing your thing, man.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you, dog. Hey, man, shout out to everybody on the panel, man. Everybody that came through in the chat. Look, man, hit the like button on the way out. Shout out to Miss Knockout Boxing. Shout out to Keon from Everything Boxing. Shout out to my brother BFTB, Jay Nori, Get the Smoke, King Judah. Everybody that came through and watched it. Dank Father, my brother Contender Regime Boxing. Go sub to him too. Fire ass content over there. Dank Father in the building, prolific. Let me see here. Dre's Finest, Darren J. Big Dose, my homie, Dominique, Big Ray in the building, Crush the Legend, Johnny Q, Richard Boyd. That's the homie Rich. I can't imagine the way that I done had my interactions with him when I do see him turn his camera on. He be rolling around in the car chilling, bro. He do not look like no Richard, bro. That's Rich. You need to change your YouTube name to Rich, bro. You can't be no Richard. You moving how you move and shit, man. Big Dog Willie in the building, Teach in the building. Jay Simon, appreciate the super chat yesterday, man. Appreciate the super chat yesterday. I just, you know what I'm saying? I was debating this shit, caught up in the moment. You know what I mean? I missed that shit. I apologize, but thank you for the love and the super chat yesterday. BF told me that you dropped one. I'm glad I see you in the building. I'm glad I was able to shout you out. Rick Timms, always H-Town in the building, showing love. Bumpy Thompson, Silva in the building. Everybody showed up and showed out. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'll catch y'all next week. We'll be live Monday. Next Wednesday night, I got a BFTB versus Johnny Allison debate. That's going down on Wednesday night. Next Thursday night, I got JD versus the woke sports fan. They going in, and I can't. It seems like I got to do a damn Devin Haney Tank Davis debate every fucking week right now, bro. That's what everybody want to debate. Devin Tank. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be going down on Thursday. So I got 2 more debates for y'all next week. We working, we grinding. Join the channel and become members so you can get access to the breakdowns and prediction that we're doing. We did 12. We're doing 12 this week. I already got 6 up on the channel. If you don't join the channel to get the predictions early, then you won't know who winning the fights. Because ask the members that are in here, bro. I see Big Ray in the building. I seen Omega Red in the building earlier. Ask the members that's in the channel how accurate them predictions is, bro. The last 3 weeks, I missed one prediction. One. And that was that damn Chris Colbert and Jose Valenzuela fight. And I felt like I should have got that shit right. I felt like they robbed me of my perfect record for the month of March and shit. You know what I mean? But that's all I got, bro. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Go catch one of the bros that's live if y'all want some more boxing talk. I'll catch y'all next week, but I will be dropping content Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So y'all be sure to check out the videos we got coming. Appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. And with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all.